Yo, people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for another watch along, the final Chelsea watch along of the season. Absolute relief. We have finally made it out of the trenches, man. Out of the trenches. We've made it. It's a good day. I refuse surely for this team to annoy me today of all days, man. All of the Premier League fixtures, obviously, on this last match of the season. And for me, I don't even care about the lineup. I know the lineup's there, but it's a farewell party for most of them, hopefully. So yeah, I'm not even going to be too angry with that lineup, but we're going to go through it regardless. We are still in the trenches, yeah. But once we get through this, then we're done. We're done. And it's a beautiful thing now. Monaco Grand Prix is going into its last 10 laps as well. I've got that to the left of me. Haven't been watching. I've been out, but I see it now. So let's see how that all ends. I mean, listen, it's Monaco. It's not really going to be much drama, is there? But anyway, let's see. Let's go through the comments. We'll get predictions going in just a second as well. God knows what channel this is going to be on, because obviously they're going to be covering the relegation scrap at the bottom on Sky. So we're going to have to find out what channel this is as well. But yeah, let's see what's going on in the comments. No Datro Fofana in the team. We may as well go through the teams. Obviously, that's what everybody's talking about. Kepa, Aspilicueta, Silva, Chalobah, Hall, Loftus-Cheek, Fernandez, Gallagher, Madueke, Havertz, and Sterling. Listen, obviously the main complaints will be no Fofana maybe instead of Kai. Again, not surprised. He's not played Datro barely at all. We only brought him on there Old Trafford for the last, 10-15 minutes or whatever it was. So he was never going to start Datro. So I'm not even shocked. I would have hoped maybe to see Chalobah play right back instead of Aspi. That's always what I've been asking for, regardless of Reece James being out. But Aspilicueta, final game, so he gets his final start in a Chelsea shirt. Probably the final game for Loftus-Cheek as well. Probably the final game, we hope, no disrespect, Gallagher last game, Aspilicueta last game. And yeah, I'd say maybe Chalobah's a risk as well, could be, but you never know with that one. But the rest of them, I think, will be fine. And Kepa as well, maybe Kepa as well. So we have no idea who we're saying goodbye to. But you know what I mean? We're definitely saying goodbye to a good amount of them, a good few of them. So yeah, but we'll see what happens. I'm watching all 10 games. No way in hell I'm watching only Chelsea. All the games are flat today. There's not really any real stakes riding on it. We have Everton, obviously, in their game. If they win their match, they're safe. Everybody else goes down. There's not too much drama. And again, you'd expect Everton, surely at home against Bournemouth, to handle their business. Otherwise, they really don't deserve to be in the Premier League. Why would we risk Loftus-Cheek with him looking like to be moved on? To be honest, I said it before when we spoke about lineups, but it's almost impossible not to risk someone who's leaving, because there's so many players leaving. It's almost impossible not to risk someone in that 11. But listen, we also know that the only midfielder that's going to balance out Fernandez in this team, the best balance, is Loftus-Cheek. I would have preferred to see Carney starting ahead of Gallagher, obviously, in that midfield three. That would have been, for me, the perfect midfield three if we're talking about balance, and probably in terms of watching them as well, not being an eyesore. Loftus-Cheek, Enzo Fernandez and Carney would have been a good watch as a midfield three. But we don't get that again. Obviously, Gallagher starts. Madueke, cool, no problem. Mudryk versus Sterling. They're both here next season regardless, so I'm not really too bothered about that. And like I said, Chalobah to go to the right back, and for a centre-back to step in there next to Silva. And Lewis Hall, fantastic goalkeeper. I don't even care anymore at this point. So, yeah, it's not too far off what I would want to see, but there is a couple, maybe 3 positions that I'm looking at where I would have preferred someone else. But yeah, at this point, who really even cares? This guy said Carney played well on Thursday and continues to bench him. Hope this will be the last of him in the dugout. It will be the last. You don't have to hope. It will be the last of him. He's done. That's it. Finito. It's just boring. If he wanted performances, this is not the team. His statements are, yeah. Listen, we've been here questioning Lampard lineups for the whole tenure. So to me at this point, I'm not even really that surprised or even shocked. It is Survival Sunday, but it's Sacrificial Sunday for us, because of course we are here to once again probably sacrifice points against Newcastle. Newcastle's team, Anderson plays in there. I haven't watched too much of him, but we've seen Gordon plays in that midfield three alongside Guimaraes. Obviously, Almiron, Isak, Saint-Maximin, very dangerous front three. I would be shocked if that front three don't put the ball in the back of the net at one point. Saint-Maximin versus Aspie on his last game for Chelsea, and he should be applauded. You know, even carry him off if you want, even though the circumstances are horrendous. When Drogba got carried off, I think we was winning a league title that season. But anyway, you want to carry off Aspie, no problem. But Aspie's going to need to be carried off because this man is going to get absolutely cooked. He's going to get absolutely cooked to smithereens by Saint-Maximin. That is one of the best 1v1 wingers in Europe. Forget the Premier League. One of the best 1v1 wingers in Europe is Saint-Maximin. And this guy is coming up against Azpilicueta, who made Sancho look like Ronaldinho. It is going to be an absolute killing out there. So that's a bloodbath. Let me just make that very clear. So God help Aspie. God help Cesar. God help us all. That's not going to be fun to watch. Obviously, set pieces, you've got Trippier. Says, you know, need no explaining. That's a danger. Very, very strong defense in terms of the record, but no Pope in goal. So let's see if we can test Dubravka if possible. And yeah, their midfield is not what we're used to in terms of Willock and Longstaff as well. So there's a few changes in that Newcastle team. But yeah, Saint-Maximin versus Azpilicueta is what I'm looking at as an absolute cooking fest, unfortunately, today. So that's going to be a long day for him. So yeah, let's see what happens. Aspie really gonna retire today? Yeah. Where is he gonna go? Because as we've discussed, his contract runs out in 2024. I have not seen any link. I've not seen any link for this for Azpilicueta out of the club. I mean, I'm assuming, to be honest, it's one of those transfers that kind of just very under the radar. Someone will come in, maybe a team in Spain. Maybe a mid-table team in Spain, I don't know. Real Sociedad, I don't know. One of them teams like that will come in for him and come and take him for a couple of million, maybe not even that. I think, to be honest, when it comes to Azpilicueta, you can just let him go for free. Like, we don't need to do this, you know. We don't need to do a bidding war here. Let's just get him gone for free. Wage bill cleared, off you go. Pat on the back for your services, appreciated. Thank you very much. I think for me today, you want Loftus-Cheek and Azpilicueta to get their goodbyes for sure. They're the ones that you're focusing on. Kai Havertz could be his last game as well. Again, hopefully. Listen, these guys have contributed to big trophies in Champions League and whatnot. But Azpilicueta and Loftus-Cheek would be my two, especially that I'm gonna miss in terms of, you know, what they've done. Their services for the club is especially Azpilicueta is obviously very clear, undeniable. But I'll miss their prime. I'll miss their peak. I won't miss what Carcass has been left behind in this match after Saint-Maximin has been cooking. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to see that. So yeah, it'll be a good farewell at the end of the game, hopefully for them. Mason Mount most likely gone as well. But we're not going to see him. I mean, when was his last Chelsea appearance? It's a sad way to go out for Mason Mount if he is leaving this summer. Hasn't even being able to do a final appearance or, you know, to wave those fans, etc. Obviously, clap the fans off and whatnot. It's a madness. It's an absolute madness. You can never predict how football is going to go, even when you think, you know, you're going to have potentially someone who's a one club man or whatever. This has been almost like FIFA recently. Who would ever thought João Felix would play for Chelsea and Mason Mount would potentially play for Man United? It's very FIFA 23. Very, very FIFA 23. Crazy. So, yeah, madness. Okay. Let's get the predictions going. Let's see. What are we working with today with this? Let's get predictions going. It's going to be a rough one, I assure you. But we're here and we're going to get it done one last time. And make no mistake, you know, I hope this season really is a one-off in terms of I don't expect to ever see us play like this again in my lifetime. I don't expect to ever see us be this bad again in my lifetime. Like, it has been 1 in a million. It's been a proper, hopefully, anomaly. So just bear that in mind. You know, you're going to see some shoddy stuff today, I can assure you. But it's the last time you're going to have to see Lampard in that dugout, hopefully. It's the last time you're going to see us play like this, hopefully, for this length of time. So just don't embrace it, but just know that it's almost over. We're almost at the end of the tunnel. So that's what's going to get me through this game. And then after this, the watch-alongs are all finals. They're all finals, which is going to be great. Lots riding on the matches. I'm getting the poll going, Chelsea versus Newcastle predictions. I will keep up to date with the scores in the other games, but I'm not going to be watching any other game, purely because everything's wrapped up basically in this league, apart from relegation battle. And to watch Chelsea and then to watch Everton is just not happening. Okay, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not watching those two football clubs try and play football at the same time. That's just mentally, I'm not even going to try that. So, yeah, can't wait to watch this match. It should be fun. I mean, it's a dead rubber. Newcastle have done what they need to do. They're looking forward to Champions League football, money to spend. It's going to be interesting. For us, we've been asking for the last 2-3 months for the season to end, and we're almost there. What channel is this going to be on? That's a good question, because I know Sky are showing Everton, Bournemouth. They're showing Leicester versus West Ham, and they're showing Leeds versus Tottenham as well. So they're just showing all of the relegation rhythms. But where am I going to go to find? Where am I going to go to find the Chelsea game? Leeds, I think, being shown on BT Sport 1. There's a couple of Serie A games going on as well. Could be a rough one, man. People are telling me Peacock. This could be we could have to do a little travel today. We might have to go traveling. This is going to be rough. This is going to be probably the most difficult fixture to find this season, because there's so many games going on at the same time, and everybody's going to be looking for their games, and you just have to pray that they deem this game of some sort of level worth showing. I mean, if you're looking for a clash, this is one of the best clashes of the weekend, to be fair, in terms of the fact that Newcastle obviously coming to our ground and they're a lot better than us right now. It's an interesting one. But yeah, we'll see. Super Sport, yeah. It's looking like a Super Sport Variety 3 situation. Bet Miz saw this lineup and went back to sleep. Is he not streaming currently? Do you know what? Yeah, I was in Richmond Park earlier today, and I just got back for this game. But believe me, it ain't easy. When the sun's shining and the deers are frolicking, and it's difficult. It's very difficult to come back to these kind of games where you just know. I'm coming in just knowing it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. It's sad that I have to accept it, but it's true. It is true. It's going to be a long day, this game, because it's like playing with 10 men, I'm afraid. When you have a situation like Azpilicueta versus St. Maximum, we're basically down to 10 men, because every single time the ball goes to that left-hand side, he's going to get cooked. Like, he's not going to win strength. He's not going to win pace. He's not going to win 1v1. It's like, it's a complete mismatch. So every time the ball goes over there, we're getting cooked. So it's tough. It's tough. And then we know we can't score goals. So it's a tough one. I'm not going to lie. Hell no. Absolutely not. No way. Yeah, it's going to be mad. Hyperventilating after 15 minutes. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. I'm watching this game for the vibes. Felix on the bench again. Why shouldn't we be in this mess when Todd brought our players cheaply? 80 for 8 years, which equates to 10 million a year. Which top teams buy players that cheap? These boys were meant for a development team. Why Azpilicueta? Well, it's like for Azpilicueta, for me, yes, it's his last game. I would have said maybe off the bench, but I don't know. It's his final start. At this point, it's such a meaningless game. I'm not even gonna get angry about it. You know, it's not worth getting angry about. It's his last possible fixture that he could play. It is what it is. I'll leave it for now. Man United are asking for favours. Imagine you want a favour so you can finish third. Third means nothing, and on top of that, you just played us a couple of days ago. You know exactly what we're capable of, so you don't need any help from us. Trust me. One more game. I can't tell you how good it feels to know that this is the last game. Like, can we all just take a moment in our own spaces right now to just deep this? This is the last game. This is the last game of the season. Do you know how privileged we are to have made it this far? We've made it through the trenches, people. We've made it through a relegation battle. Not many Chelsea fans can say that. Do you know what I mean? The spoilt ones. We're obviously not one of those. We're proper Chelsea. We've made it through a relegation battle. These are the days we can all tell our grandkids about, yeah? When they're spoiled and they support the club and winning trophies and they don't know what it's like back in the day where we were struggling to get 40 points. We were struggling all season. They don't understand. It's beautiful. This is what makes a football fan. It's this type of humbling. All them spoiled Man City fans, spoiled Arsenal fans, spoiled. You don't understand what it's like. You don't understand what it's like to nearly be liquidated. You don't understand what it's like to be having to, throw a pound into to keep your club afloat. You don't know what it's like to be in a relegation battle. You guys are spoiled. You don't understand. This is the trenches, yeah? This is the trenches. And it's been a pleasure to go through it with you guys, all right? We have learned a lot. More than you can believe, guys. We have learned. It's been tough. But yeah, the whole government were against us. This is historic. No club has gone through what we've gone through. The fact that we weren't relegated is a testament. It's a testament to the side. Monaco Grand Prix is boring as ever. I don't know what's happened. I haven't watched it, to be fair, but I see that Verstappen's won, so not interested. Long day indeed. But yeah, it's a mad day. So let's see what's happening. I didn't know, but I will be doing one as well. And yeah, it's going to be long. If you talk about how many players I'm going to sell, it's going to be the most ruthless video of all time. Like, I am going to sell so many of the team. It's going to be a madness in that video. It's going to be so peak. If there's even a question around a player, there will be a definitive answer. If it wasn't for Tuchel, you guys would be in a relegation battle. We need a comp of all the bad moments. Oh, that would be a long comp, man. I mean, if we used to go through to reflect on this season, as we should a little bit here today. Obviously, we've got players that are going, and yeah, good luck to you in your future ventures. It's been a rough one, but yeah, if we're talking about moments this season where I'm pulling my hair out with this team, I'm trying to figure out where it all started, because it's been a bad season, but I don't remember being angry until around Christmas. So I want to take you through the season a little bit, okay? Obviously, preseason was a mess. We got absolutely slapped up to Arsenal 4-0. And the preseason was very clear. It was going left a little bit. When you play Arsenal and you lose 4-0, there's something very wrong. But we come into the Premier League season, the Everton win away from home. I think first Premier League game of the season. Cucurella has a really good game. Great first game from him. Really good progressive passing from him. Smooth. 2-2 against Tottenham. Obviously, the big handshake moment happens. Then it's followed up with 3-0, loss to Leeds, and beat Leicester 2-1 with 10 men, and then obviously losing Southampton and beating West Ham. So it's a very dodgy start to the season. I think the season at that point had us in 5th. Okay, so it's not great. 2 defeats, 3 wins, 1 draw. But to be honest, you tell me now that every single 6 games I'm going to get 3 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw in my current predicament as a fan, where I'm currently at mentally, I'll bite your hand off for that. You're telling me I'm going to get 10 points out of a possible 18. I'm taking that. I am taking that. So yeah, that was rough. But anyway, we move. Dinamo Zagreb. That's when he was sacked. Big Tommy T was sacked. And then from that moment, to be fair to us, we actually went on a bit of a run. Yeah. I don't know if anybody remembers this, but we drew against Salzburg, yes, at home. But then we actually went on a bit of a run. We beat Palace, we beat Milan at home, we beat Wolves, we beat Milan away, we beat Aston Villa. And then, you're thinking to yourself, wow, this is not too bad. Couple draws come, Brentford and Man United, but it's not the end of the world. Beat Salzburg. Then we got absolutely destroyed by Brighton away. Absolutely dragged. We got demolished, dismantled, 4-1 at the Amex. But it can happen. It can happen. So fair enough. We beat Dinamo Zagreb, and then begins the fucking pain. Then begins the pain. This is where everything goes left. So if I'm telling you the first time I was angry with this team, like actually really visibly angry, is the next game after Dinamo Zagreb, which was a 1-0 defeat at home to Arsenal. That was the week where it was nothing personal, according to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. It was nothing personal. That was the nothing personal week. BT Sport ads, pre-match chat, 1-0 at home to Arsenal. That is the first time this season where I lost it. I lost it. I was so angry because if you look at that game statistically, you will see that we had 5 shots, 1 on target. They had 14. It was they absolutely just controlled us. It was bad. Then we lose to City, we lose to Newcastle, we lose to Villa. I think the Villa games are friendly, to be fair, but we lose all those. We beat Bournemouth, and then after that, guys, we are in the trenches again. Okay, and this is where the bad run starts for Potter. You know, Nottingham Forest, City, Man City again. You know, Fulham getting that 1 win against Palace, 3 draws on the bounce. Then it's just defeats. Couple little saving graces against Dortmund and Leicester. But then again, just a disgusting run. And after that, guys, we're basically in the trenches. So it's been peak. It's been very, very peak. That 1-0 was a battering. Southampton was a battering. Southampton was, that was a rough one as well. Man City, to play them twice in 1 week, got absolutely demolished both times, just in different. Well, actually, no, the first time, actually, the bridge wasn't too bad. The cup one was a battering as well. I think it was 4-0. So it all started with Arsenal at home, to be honest. And yeah, it's just rough. Let's see what's being said here. So when he sees it, I mean, listen, it's over now. You know, it's over. It's crazy and sad to say, but we were a better squad with Werner in it. Please don't do any revisionism on Werner. Please. Listen, Timo Werner is a very likable guy. He's he definitely is a likable guy, but please, we're not doing revisionism on Werner. That guy was poor. Very, very limited footballer. Study Frank's IQ. He thinks Gallagher's world class. I mean, you saw my last video was basically, you know, if Mount's leaving and Loftus-Cheek's leaving, don't forget about Gallagher. Don't forget about Gallagher. Do you know what I mean? Just if you're gonna do the Cobham Exodus, just do it all. Do it all 3 of them. Do you know what I mean? Forget it. You know, for me, Mount is, I've said before, one that I would have kept. But at this point now, it's such a toxic situation. I don't really even care anymore. I'm tired of it. Just let him go. Get good money, 60 million or something. Really, really cash out on that one. I want a big chunk of FFP money there. Make sure you're dying on that. Red panties are out for that sale. I want big money coming in, right? I'll move on. Not a problem. Seen better leave. Loftus-Cheek, you know, we all know what happened with the injury. It's a shame. You know, it's a shame. Out of all of the ones that are leaving, he's the one that I hold closest because, to be honest, he's really tried to make it here. This guy loves this club. He loves this club so much. This guy has stayed even when he's 4th, 5th choice. He just wants to be here. He just wants to be a part of it. And he did have ability, so it's even more hurtful. It's not even like as if he's just a squaddy that had no ability and he had nothing to him and he's just kind of just taking his wages and going home. He actually was really good before the injury. Before the injury, he looked like he could be a proper top midfielder. But it is what it is. It happens. So he goes. And Gallagher just goes because, you know, at this point, there's a certain type of football I want to play and he can't play it. It's for me personally, for my own mental sanity, I just need next season technical security. I'm not watching balls banduluing off shin pads and ball boys getting hit in the face and, you know, rollerblading and all this. I'm not doing it next year. This year was your year for rollerblading, for ice skating, for tackles, missed time tackles, for shin pads, touches and all this. You want to do that this season, Chelsea team, go for it. Next season, serious settings next season. We're not doing it. So yeah, but nice guy, loves the club too. You know what I mean? But I can't be asked. So we move. So then you look at your midfield after that. Obviously, someone's got to come in, but you've got you've got options. You know, you still got Enzo, Kante. I don't know what's going on with Kante, guys. Everybody said to me basically this is getting wrapped up, and they was like, "Yo, come outside. We outside." You know what I'm saying? They're like, "Yo, come outside. Kante's staying. He's getting renewed. Hold that, you donkey." Do you know what I mean? All this, he's not staying fit, and you know we should let him go and don't renew him, Matisse. Oh, you're crazy. You're absolutely skunked for saying it. This is a world-class player on his day, but he only has 6 days a season, right? So now it looks like he's leaving because I don't know what's going on there. I'm still waiting for this contract. I don't know what's happening. So if he goes, you got Cover going as well. That's 5 central midfielders leaving at once. So that leaves you with Enzo, Carney, and Lewis Hall. And is that it? Is that it? That's it. I think. Am I missing someone? I think that's it. So shit, that's quite the sale. That's quite the clear out in that midfield. And then you've got Santos as well, but his work permanent obviously needs to be done and sorted before we are 100% know he's here. But then you've got Santos, Lewis Hall, Carney, and Enzo, and that for me. I'm not worried about that, by the way. And you've got Quesadilla. That's very refreshing for me because it feels like a clean slate. It feels like now obviously you need to bring 2 players in there and probably make a loan or 2 as well. But it's refreshing, very refreshing. The wages are lower for the majority. Young players, ability, but need refining. You keep 2, you probably loan out 2. I don't know what's going to happen with my man, who's playing for Italy here in this under-20 World Cup. He's captaining them, I think. He's on loan at Reading. Probably needs another loan, to be honest. Santos could be loaned out to Sporting Lisbon just to sweeten the deal. And then you keep Carney maybe and you keep Lewis Hall. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Do you know what I mean? I think you loan out a couple, you keep a couple, and we keep it moving. Ziyech to go, Pulisic to go, Hudson-Odoi to go, Ampadu to go, most likely. So yeah, there's a lot to be sold. Yeah. We need to. Yeah, I think. Listen, when I said we were gonna go and get, for me, when I was saying we can only really go and get one, it's because I always felt that one of Loftus-Cheek, Mount, or Gallagher would stay. I didn't think all 3 of them could really go. Now it looks like all 3 of them could go. That's wild. Kante, it was basically new contract, right? So yeah, he's very injury prone and he's never here, but that's still an extra place. So you know, if he's fit, miraculously, if he's fit, he's going to play, right? A decent amount anyway. So that's another one. So I thought you can't have a pile up, you can't have a bloated team. Probably can only do one. But if all these guys are going, then I'm here for it. I'm here for the 2. Babarahman redemption arc? Absolutely not. There's no such thing as a redemption arc for him. He's finished. He's finished here. His contract, I think, runs out in 2024 as well. Crazy that these guys are. They've been given you 1-year extensions at some point for money. It's just to try and sell them. It's just mad. Marina's a mad woman. Let's see. Yes. Well, he's left back, by the way. Chilwell was a midfielder in the Leicester Academy. Well, he's a left back at the moment. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we have, like I said in the last video, we have a lot of left backs right now. We've got 3/4. If you're including Hall, you got 4. Don't talk to me about Bakayoko or Batshuayi. I can't believe these men are still contracted. Can I see when these contracts run out? Because, oh my God, every single year. And do you know what's so mad about Batshuayi? Every single year he comes back in the summer for his preseason, and every single year there are a few people, and they're lurking. You know, they're lurking in the streets, and they will somehow manage to piece together a reason as to why we should give Batshuayi an opportunity the season coming as an option. I'm just like, Jesus. Oy vey. And I kid you not, somewhere on social media, you are going to find these pockets of people, these little packages of people, and they're gonna tell you that Batshuayi needs a chance next season. And I even guarantee you that someone out there, one cell out there on this planet, is going to try and justify Bakayoko as well, because his contract runs out in 2024. Let's just give him 1 season. We need a holding midfielder. He can be our depth option. Just remember I said this. Somebody's going to tell you that Bakayoko should be our backup DM next season. You're gonna see it. So just remember that, because someone's gonna say it. They're gonna see him, because everybody's forgotten about these players. When they come back in the summer and they see them at Cobham, they're gonna be like, oh, do you know what? Maybe there's still hope. You heard it here first. I'm telling you now. Some people will not let go. So look forward to that. Look forward to those conversations. Malang Sarr's the only one who has absolutely no chance, because everybody's gassed up on Levi Colwell now and Badiashile. So no one's going to justify Malang Sarr, especially when Koulibaly's there as well. No one will justify him. So yeah, thank God. That's one that we won't have to deal with. But yeah, the rest of them, they'll give it a go. Oh, was he sold? Oh, thank God. I thought he was still here. Jesus. I was just about to Google when his contract was expiring. Who was he sold to? And did we get any money? No, we didn't. I'm sure his contract just expired. We didn't get no money for this guy. So who does he play for currently? You know, people think it's funny, but seriously, this guy's been here for so long. I just assumed he was still here. And I don't think I'm wrong for thinking that. This guy was here for so long. Like, you've got so many loanies. Sometimes you just forget. You just forget who's here and who's not. He's at Fenerbahce now. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay, so we don't have to worry about him. What about Lucas Piazon? Is he still here as well? We still got. What about him? No, he's definitely gone. Remember Lucas Piazon, the Cobham loanee for life. Lucas Piazon, remember that guy? Wait, it's been rough. He's 29 as well. He's playing for Sao Paulo. Mad. Oh wait, no, he doesn't play for Sao Paulo. Sorry, that would be. Sounds like maybe too much for him. He's not playing for them. Who's he playing for? Who's this lot? First in Serie A. Who's this team? This is a Brazilian team, and they're top of the league. Oh, well, I'll be damned. Well, I'll be damned. He's playing for the best team in Brazil. He's playing for the team that are top of the league in Brazil right now. Lucas Piazon. Well done. That's what I like to see. Shit. He's there ahead of Palmeiras, Sao Paulo. Santos are having an awful season. Okay. Well, damn. Corinthians are. These Corinthians could get relegated from the top division in Brazil. What is going on over there? Damn, that league is competitive. Anyway, but yeah, good for him. That's lovely. That's lovely. Good to see. Josh McEachran, yeah, another one, probably still here. Van Ginkel, I remember when he left. But yeah, some of these guys, man. Barkley plays for Nice. Man like Chad, yeah, big injuries for Masunda. Alonso won La Liga playing centre-back, conceding 15 goals. That man would never get away with playing centre-back in the Premier League. That's a real slap in the face for La Liga, that comment. The fact that you're telling me that Marcos Alonso is playing centre-back for Barcelona and they have the best defensive record in La Liga, that's telling me La Liga doesn't have too many great strikers, because that would not run in the Prem. Can you imagine Ollie Watkins versus Marcos Alonso at centre-back? Can you imagine? Or Ivan Toney or Mitrovic? What a slap in the face. That's the type of information that you just don't leak. You've leaked information that will go against La Liga massively. Massively. He was decent before his injuries, yeah. But unfortunately, the injuries finished him off. Kennedy. Is Kennedy still with us? It's a good question. It's a good question, you know. These questions have to be asked. Don't ever feel silly for asking if certain men are still here. Because these men, we need to clear their names. We need to really know, are they still with us or are they not? Kennedy's 27 years old and bald. This man came to us with the nicest trim. Yeah? Kennedy came to this football club with the nicest trim. Nice low cut, shape up, crisp, nicely boxed off. All the hair follicles intact. Now you'll see him, receding hairline, bald. All of the Brazilian magic is gone. He doesn't play for us anymore, though. So it's another one crossed off. We've really got rid of quite a few of these guys over the years, then, haven't we? He's not here anymore. He doesn't play for us anymore. Kennedy, I can confirm, is no longer a Chelsea player. Baba Rahman is still here. Yes, I know that one for a fact. Baba Rahman, who has been here for so long. Can we actually sit here and deep how long Baba Rahman's been here for? Baba Rahman has been here for so long. He's on loan at Reading. He's still contracted to us. He's still contracted to us. It's mad. He's 28. When did we sign him? When did we sign this man? We have so many left backs. So now I'm going to make it 5 left backs. Ian Matson, Baba Rahman, Lewis Hall, Kukurea, Chilwell. When did we sign this man? We signed him in 2015 from Augsburg. It's 2023. It's nearly been 10 years. This man's nearly done 20. Oh my God. He's nearly done 10 years at the club. Baba Rahman has nearly done 10 years at my football club. He signed a 5-year deal for an under. Why 5 years? Why? Was he that good when we signed him? 5 years. You couldn't give him a 3-year deal? Why 5? 14 million for an undisclosed fee. This man's nearly done 10 years at Chelsea Football Club. 10. He's got to go down as one of the greatest. He has to. He has to go down as a legend. That level of loyalty cannot go unchecked. He's been here for nearly 10 years. Nah, that's Aspilicueta levels. We have to give him a guard of honor. I'm telling you now. We have to give him a guard of honor when it's all said and done. Next season, in his last year, we have to. This guy is a legend of the club. He's been here for the longest. He's made 15 whole-ass appearances for the Chelsea. He's made 15 appearances, 11 starts. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. What a service, man. This guy's giving great service. This is insane. This guy has been here for the longest. Malang Sar's 23. Testimonial. I think so. Testimonial. Bring back Jilaboji, Michael Hector for this testimonial as well. Steve Sidwell, Ben Haim, Ben Ayoun, all of them. This is a testimonial, bruh, like no other. Wow. What an incredible tenure. What a time. Somebody just said sometimes they don't even think he's a person. They just think it's some Matrix bullshit. Nah, this is real. It has. Can you now, if you could pick, right? Because you could pick, if you could pick Aspilicueta to leave with a Champions League trophy lift, or Aspilicueta to leave in 10th place, or sorry, 12th place, after getting ripped up by St. Maximin, which one would you have chosen? Huh? Which one would you have chosen? I would have chosen the Champions League lift. You pick up a Champions League. You leave on a high, brother, while you're still remembered for playing at your peak. Now he's going to leave after getting cut up by St. Maximin at Stamford Bridge in his last ever game. It's not the way to go out. And this is why sometimes in life you need to know when to let go and when to go on to the next chapter. Don't stick around until you're not wanted anymore. Leave at your best, or just before, just when you know you're just about to drop. Okay, time to go. Like, you're at your best. Try and maintain it. And if you see a couple of dips, see if you can get it back. If you can't, it's probably time to keep it moving now. You know, it's like any job. If you perform brilliantly in your job and then you see you're starting to tail off, maybe a bit of complacency setting in, or you're a bit bored, you're too comfortable, maybe you need a new challenge. Don't let it fall off until you get sacked and 5-4 meetings and you disgrace yourself and get into arguments, with your manager. Just go. Just go. There's no need. It's just a shame. He's got to go. Dujon Sterling's got to go. People tried to gas him last season. Listen, Ian Matson was the one to keep an eye on, but unfortunately not Dujon. Dujon, I think, had injuries and that's that. We signed Gusto. That was the end of it. Let's say they should do a Poch announcement like WWE entrance. Do Pyro have an announcement? Give the fans some fun. Hey, Oh God. It's called retirement. Yeah, yeah, it's called retirement. Damn right it is. He probably should look at thinking maybe retire, but nah, he's gonna go back to Spain, do a couple of seasons. And I don't even say no to that. Like, go to Spain, do a couple of seasons. Look at Santi Cazorla, look at David Silva. These guys have been able to go to Spain and extend their career. So go for it. Great stuff. Great stuff. I mean, every single player that can go and play football, consistently outside of my club when they're not good enough to play for this club is a happy day. It's a happy day. It's time for some careers to get resurrected. It's time for some players to play football, and it's time for the quality of my team to go up. That's a happy day in my world. I have no problem with that whatsoever. Please leave. Everybody leave. Leave. Silva gets player of the year. Cool. As long as yeah, cool. Not a problem. For me, it's been a rough season. I'm not too tuned in with that award, but good for. I don't even think Silva cares. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, Silva's gonna get player of the year, and I'm sure he'll look at it and think that's great. But Silva, with the mentality that he has, I don't even think he even cares. Like, we have had one of the worst seasons you've ever seen from a top team. Silva is probably so embarrassed to be a part of it and so disappointed and so annoyed. Remember, he's coming towards the end of his career. He's trying to bag as many trophies as possible, right? And he seems to love the club as well. Really has developed quite a connection. He will be so embarrassed with what's happened this season. He is not interested in that little award. Trust me, that won't mean much. So yeah, Gallagher got Young Player of the Year. Where are you seeing these things? Oh Lord, where are you seeing, bro? Do you know what? Let me not rattle myself. I'm not even asked. Cool. Let me see on Twitter. I must be missing this. So, Pochettino is completely confirmed today as well, which is great. Enzo Fernandez was voted second in Chelsea's Player of the Year. Kepa got third. Not really too bothered. Thiago Silva wins Player of the Year for Chelsea. Gallagher versus Palace gets goal of the season. It was a great goal, to be fair. It was a great goal. So yeah, and if Gallagher gets Young Player of the Year, then fair enough. I don't really think there's many contenders. It's just about who played games, isn't it? It's really just about who played games. Yeah, there's not really any competition for that. He gets goal of the season, a Young Player of the Year. Madrid got Gym Member of the Year. They didn't cancel the actual award. They cancelled the ceremony and the night of celebration. You know, they usually have a big link up, all the players. They have dinner, they have champagne, they have wine, they have all of these things. They come together in their big room, right? And they all go to stage and clap each other and do speeches. And we're not doing that. You can't do that. So yeah, just hand it, leave it, keep it moving. Was it Lewis Hall that got it? Oh yes, that would be great. That is much better because he's actually young. He's 18. Do you know what I mean? That's fair game. Gallagher's not young. What is he? 23? Yeah, man. Give it to Lewis Hall, man. He's actually young. He's actually young. So I'd be here for that. Very much here for that. Can't believe my man Carney had such an encouraging game against Man United just to go straight back to the bench. It's really crazy. Yeah. Lewis Hall has been named Chelsea's 22-23 Academy Player of the Year. So Academy Player of the Year. Okay. So does that still mean Gallagher got Young Player of the Year? Or is that an overlap? Because Young Player of the Year will be different from Academy Player of the Year. That's fully deserved. Fully deserved. When he stepped in. And to be honest, funnily enough, when you take a look at Lewis Hall, when he plays, he always plays the most difficult fixtures. This guy comes in away from home to Man City. He comes in away from home to Man United. He only plays the toughest games. So yeah, good to see that. Yeah, of course they'll do. I hope so. Yeah, 100%. Listen, the women's team have done a domestic double. You have to celebrate that and do a whole big shenanigan and big night. 100%. 100%. Don't let the men's team stop your fun. Go and have a big award ceremony for them. They've had a big season. 100% the women's team deserve it. Don't know what the academy's been on too much, but yeah, obviously there's loads of different age groups, so it's a bit tricky. But yeah, variety free, super sport, Chelsea versus Newcastle. Variety free always seems to just focus on us, and I respect them for that, and I appreciate them. Regardless of how shit we are, you can always count on variety free to cover Chelsea. You know, and that means a lot. That means a lot. Because you don't have to do that. You could pick anybody. Who was our highest goal scorer? I don't even want to know. I think it's Kai Havertz. I don't even want to know. So yeah, kickoff is about in 6 minutes, guys. Not far away. Why is Makeda on my TV? What do you mean? Is he at the game? Mitrovic Hive is increasing. What do you think his contract ends in 2024? I've always been pretty consistent with Mitrovic. I would have Mitrovic as a backup option, as like somebody to bring on with 15, 20 minutes to go when we have a high volume of crosses and we need a plan B. He would be like my Giroud. But as a plan A, not for me. Not for me. He's a second choice. He's a second choice striker in the squad for me, and that's as far as it goes. Good plan B, something different to bring on. That's what I would say, but not as a first choice. Not as a first choice week in, week out. If you had like a Mitrovic and say hypothetically an Alvarez, that would be good. You know, you got Alvarez, that link up with Enzo. Someone like that, right? That profile. You got him as your first choice, and then you can bring on Mitrovic off the bench if you need a different option or a certain type of game. Great stuff. That would mean great. But he's a low risk. He's a low risk one. But do you know what? Mitrovic's price tag is probably not going to be too cheap. I mean, actually, no. Do you know what? His contract is running out. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, well, I don't know. It's an interesting one. But yeah, for me, not on my list of wants. Oh yeah, so it's never going to happen. It's just it would be nice. It would be nice if we had got him first. I don't know. But do you know, it doesn't matter who is top scorer to me or who scored the most goals, because we have such a low standard for goals scored that I'm not going to ever look at anybody's goal statistics in this season and give them praise. The standard is in the absolute mud for finishing in this team. Nobody in this team this season has finished to the level they should. So I'm not going to give anybody praise. I don't care how many goals they've scored. They're not getting any praise from me. The standards are too low. Definitely, if Tony didn't have a ban, Tony over Mitrovic, but Tony's got a ban now, so. All right. Would you take Bobby Firmino? Yeah, I definitely would. I would. I think the only thing with Bobby is obviously, how old is he now? I think the thing is with Bobby is he's not a long-term solution. He's a stopgap. Bobby Firmino is the kind of player that you would maybe get if you didn't have any options or all of your top targets were moving the next summer. Say a Harry Kane. If we knew we were going to get a Harry Kane, say, in 2024, because his contract runs out, he's happy to come on a free, and you don't want to block that move and you want to just get a stopgap, but you still want to get player that's technically good and in lines with what you're looking for attributes wise, and is not completely taking you to another stratosphere, then yeah, Firmino is a good kind of like stopgap. Is he someone that you rely upon for 20 goals? Probably not. So it's not maybe the only person you could get, but as an option, wouldn't be the worst thing. But for me, I don't want a stopgap. I don't want a stopgap. What I want is a solution. I want a long-term solution. We've had a lot of stopgaps. We've had Aubameyang. We've had so many stopgaps now. I'm tired of stopgaps. Just get me someone who we actually do our homework on, who can get goals, and can go and do a job. I think Firmino is perfect if you've got goal-scoring wingers. I think Firmino goes to Real Madrid, perfect. You've got Rodrigo who scores. You've got Vinicius who scores, similar to what was at Liverpool, Salah and Mane, but probably, those two players as well could even go on to greater things. Who knows? Salah's obviously done a lot, but yeah, it's similar. But for us, we don't have goal-scoring wingers like that, so we need somebody up there who's going to score. And Firmino, he doesn't give you 20 goals. So I like the player, I rate the player, but for what we've currently designed around the striker, we probably need someone who's going to put the ball in the back of the net a bit more. But in terms of everything else that Firmino can do, I love it. I love all of the link-up play, the dropping deep, the passing, everything. That's all brilliant. It's just, in terms of goals, little bit on the short side. But yeah, good, very good player. Very good player. I think Real Madrid's a good shout for him, definitely. If Benzema needs rotation next season, and they haven't got the Mbappe situation the way they want it, maybe they need to wait a bit longer for him, then and they need a stopgap, then that could work. But he wouldn't come to us anyway, exactly, so it doesn't really matter. And we have to remember, we've got Nkunku that's going to play in that 10 or in that second striker, so there's not really anywhere for Firmino to drop deep to. What you need now with someone like Nkunku playing off the striker, you need the actual striker. If you get somebody who's a bit of a floater, is not really a striker, then you might be in danger of, once again, not having a focal point, not having anyone in the box when you cross, or not having somebody who's putting the ball in the back of the net consistently. You've already got the pieces around it now. You've got Enzo, chance creation. You've got everything around it. You need to finish it off with someone up there who's gonna put the ball in the back of the net. But I would prefer, a great footballer as well, rather than just I can't be dealing with just these goal scorers that can't kick a ball outside of the 6-yard box. All right, let's get the timer going. It's about to kick off. Okay, game is going to kick off very soon. Let's see. Yes, we've got to change the colors back on the old. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. All right, kickoff is coming soon, people. Starting up now. Newcastle are kicking it off for us. Let's go. Isak is the type of striker that I would like. Again, that type of profile. Good with his feet. Brilliant dropping into the half spaces. Can take people on. Can create his own chances if he has to. So he's not completely dependent on service. You look at someone like Isak as a footballer. That's the type of footballer you need in a team like ours, for me. Because we have got a bad record with strikers. So you want that striker that comes in to have as much chance of success as possible. And the best way for them to have as much chances as possible is to have a wide range of skills and a good skill set that they can pick what bag they want to, they want to use each week. If the chance creation is great, cool. All you need to do is finish. But if the chance creation is looking a bit flat, we've got young wingers like Madueke, Mudryk. If they're dropping a stinker, and I need you to do more, and I need you to be able to contribute in other areas, then you got to be able to do that. And to be honest, just watch Isak's performance today. Just watch this footballer and settle for no less, guys, because we are competing with Newcastle and teams like this next season for Champions League football. if we get our summer right. So if Newcastle have a better striker than us, then what are we really doing? Do you know what I mean? What are we actually doing? Take a look at Isak today and watch the problems he's going to cause us, because he's going to cause us problems. Here's Sterling now. Sterling. I really wish he would have gone left to Hall, man. Really wish he would have gone left. Over the top now. Saint-Maximin. Here's Trevor. 1v1. Reverse. Isak. Isak shows it onto his left. Good save from Kepa. It's going to be a long day. And the thing is with Saint-Maximin and Isak is they're going to interchange a bit, because Isak has no problem pulling out to the left or pulling out onto the wide areas. We've seen him play as a winger for Newcastle a few times because his dribbling is that good. It's a very quick feet. So even if Aspie leaves Saint-Maximin for Chalobah as he just did, he's probably going to have to pick up Isak, and then Isak's going to take him on 1v1. So it's going to be a tough one on that side. And Almiron, if Almiron's playing at his best, is a problem as well, as we saw earlier on in the season. 1-0 to Tottenham against Leeds, is it? Well, listen, that's not looking good. That is not looking good if that's the case for them. God help them. 1-0 down already in a game they must win. Ball into the box, headed away. Is it 1-0? Is it confirmed? All the games have kicked off. I'm not seeing any goals as of yet. But if Kane has scored, then yeah. Here's Kepa. Now Silva. Let me end the poll as well. 62% of you had Newcastle winning. Here's Lewis Hall. Hopefully another strong performance from him today. In an alternate universe, Chelsea have Musiala, who scored an incredible winner the other day. And they have De Bruyne, who kind of was teaching Musiala and making sure, took him under his wing and said, listen, I've dominated at Chelsea for 10 years now, and I'm going to give you the keys. Yes. Ideally, that was what would have happened. Wavy. Just think about that. Think about that and try not to get too depressed. In another reality, that's what happens. Even Jose Mourinho wanted John Stones, if you guys remember, in that season. After we won the Premier League, one of Jose Mourinho's top targets that he wanted at centre-back was John Stones from Everton. And for some reason, we are terrible with negotiations with Everton. So we didn't get him. Yeah, but there's a lot of moments that could have changed football forever. Ball into the box. Imagine Salah's goal return with De Bruyne's passing range. Boy, Lord Jesus. Aye. It's a madness. It really is a madness. You don't want to think about De Bruyne passing in behind for Salah? You don't want to think about that? Don't think about that? No, all right, no problem. Not a problem. And we could have signed Modric. Yeah, can you imagine? We could have signed Modric. Modric wanted to come to us, but Daniel Levy blocked the move. Modric was happy to come to Chelsea, to leave Tottenham. The year before he went to Real Madrid, we had it all agreed, no problem, personal terms. It was going to cost us around 30 million. And Daniel Levy said he blocked it. He said last minute he blocked it. He said he's not selling it to us. So we could have had De Bruyne. We could have had Modric. Aye, Jesus is Lord. Oh my God. We could have had De Bruyne, Modric in front of a 6. Why do we do this to ourselves? Oh, we had it all in our hands. We had it all in our hands. Oh my God. That is one hell of a video, you know. What could have been. And I I just take you through all of the different players that we could have signed if the timelines were different. Yeah, Salah as well, yeah. Here's Saint Maximum on the left-hand side, up against Aspie. And cleared away. Let's run a different poll as well, actually, while we're here. What's the odds of this team making me angry today? And Chelsea give us head loss. Or is this a calm watch-along? Right? Am I going to get through this match where we're just going to be calm and peaceful? Because it's the last day of the season. It's goodbyes for about 5, 6, 7, 8 players minimum. And we're just going to just enjoy. We're just going to enjoy. Aston Villa have taken the lead against Brighton. 1-0. So that's a Conference League place they're looking at. Here's Sterling on the left-hand side. Sterling out for a corner. Aston Villa have taken the lead. Do you know what it is with Kai? If you was asking Kai to be a playmaker in a counter-attacking team, he would have no problem picking out those passes with his left foot into space. The problem is with Kai is when you ask him to be your playmaker against a physical low block where you're not going to get much time on the ball. You're going to take a lot of contact. Are you going to be able to dribble and go past people in tight spaces? Are you going to be able to thread those really, really tight passes in between defenders? That's where I asked the question of Kai, and his shooting as well. From distance, power, all of that, doesn't have it. So that's where the question comes of Kai. If you place Kai in the Bundesliga and you ask Kai to play as a 10 in those Bundesliga matches, and we just watched it yesterday, those Bundesliga matches, they can't defend. Look at Dortmund. Dortmund, oh Lord Jesus, we're 1-0 down. Lord heavens! Lord heavens! Oh my God, it's Anthony Gordon. We have allowed Anthony fucking Gordon, Anthony Flash Gordon, to score against us. This man cannot shoot for the life of himself. He can't shoot. This man cannot shoot. Every single goal I've ever seen him score has been deflected. Every single goal this man has ever scored in his entire life since birth, even in the academy, this guy was deflecting shots for fun. Saint Maximum, oh whoop-de-doo. Of course the goal comes from the left-hand side. And into the box. Nobody's tracking him. He's a free runner. The centre-backs are sleeping. And it's 1-0 to the... Oh, Jesus. It's 1-0 to the tune. It's 1-0 to the tune. It's 1-0 to the tune, lads. How way? Anyway, before I was rudely interrupted by this shambolic excuse of a football club, if you was watching yesterday, the Bundesliga, these guys are not getting me angry. The Bundesliga game yesterday, as you saw, Dortmund in a title race, look at the way they defend. Just look at the way they defend. Kai Havertz against those type of defenses will clean up shop. He will clean up shop, no problem. Kai Havertz will go back to Germany and no word of a lie, he will do 25 GA minimum if he stays fit. Arsenal have taken the lead against Wolves. Goal at the Emirates. Goal at the Emirates. And Liverpool have scored against Southampton at St. Mary's as well. Goal by Jota. There you are. Anyway. So rude, by the way. I was in the middle of a sentence. And these guys have the audacity to interrupt me with their foolishness. Take time with it. Like, if you're going to... Look, here we go again. Look. Come look at this. 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 Come look at this, Aspilicueta. Come look at this. Come and look at this. Come look at this. Come look at this, guys. You see what I'm... You see Will Smith? Look. It's incredible. It's insane. Do you see what we're doing? Are you guys watching this? You see what I'm seeing? You see what I'm seeing, right? Oh my God. Yo, these lot are so shit. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh God. Every time you think to yourself, they can't, you think you've seen it all, but you just need to watch them again just to remind yourself of how bad they are. Gallagher. No! Oh my God! No pressure on the ball. You got time, you got space, you're on your favorite foot. Bomba clot! Bomba pussy! Lord of mercy! Oh my God. And people are trying to argue with me on the .com of Twitter. Lord have mercy on my soul if this brother is not sold for the quick 30. And he's doing this against Newcastle. One of the few teams that actually want him. And he's doing it against them. They will not pay a penny for him if he drops a stinker today. They will not pay a penny for his blood clot. He needs to drop a Balasik, a Elefantastic. He needs to drop one of the best performances of his life because I need Newcastle to come with the big squadinis, with the big pennies. Don't play shit today. Fuck's sake, man. Man's playing. Don't do it today. This is not the day. Eddie Howe is watching. The Newcastle scouts are here and you're playing like this. The Newcastle scouts are in town. Fix up. Look sharp. God damn, man. Timing is a bitch. God damn. Ay, ay, ay. Brother, this man will kill me today, you know, with that passing. Silva almost scored from a corner. This man will kill me today. People are telling me on Twitter.com that I need to be watching this next season from Gallagher. Oh, he's a good player in the right system. If you just give him a bit more time and space. He had time and space. He just had time and space. How much more time and space do you want? Should we all everybody just leave the pitch and just leave Connor on his own? And I'm sure then he'll have no problem then because he won't have to pass to anyone. He'll be the only one on the pitch. You can't misplace a pass if there's no one to pass to, is there? Fuck me. You donkeys. You wouldn't accept this shit from anybody. But Cobham graduate, now we must absolutely find a way to justify why he can't kick a football properly. If this was any human being from another place outside the British Isles, I'm telling you, they would be sent packing. They would be sent packing immediately. Lord Jesus, the things we'll put up with. Lord heavens. Best one of the best academies in the world. All of the talent that's come through, but this is the one that I must invest my stocks in. What kind of mash-up crypto is this? Gonna have me broke, investing in the wrong stocks. Crazy people. Crazy individuals. Must have lost their damn mind. Liverpool are 2-0 up. Great. Arsenal are 2-0 up. The goals are going in. The goals are going in for the rivals. The goals are going in. These guys are serious. These guys are serious, man. Get Carney onto this pitch for Gallagher as soon as possible, man. Because I'm not in the business of cussing again today. I'm really not. Well, you know what we should do? And I ain't even joking, by the way. Lewis Hall puts the ball in. Great cross again from my brother. That's my Cobham graduate right there. Listen, you know what we should do? We should take Thabz.Welcome off in the 28th minute. I promise you it will be the best way to kind of give him his send-off. Take Thabz.Welcome off in the 28th minute. Standing ovation from everyone. He doesn't get cooked for 90 minutes. He doesn't gas out. And he gets a big round of applause. Carry him off the pitch in the 28th minute. Lampard, I'm begging you, because no one needs to watch him get cooked. 28th minute, that's what we need to do. Madueke went close. I'm telling you, it's the best way to do this. It's the best way to do this. You can't go wrong with that. You cannot go wrong with that. 28th minute, get him off. Carry him off. I'm hoping that's the plan. By that time, he would have only been cooked a couple times. Yeah, man. There's no need for him to go through it. That's a great touch, you know, from Kai. What a touch. Oh, what a cross. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. Oh, Sterling. Go on. Oh, cut it back, man. What's Sterling? Come on. All right, Madawek. But yeah, 28th minute, I'm telling you. You heard it here first. Unbelievable send-off. If St. Maximum could wait a pass, he wouldn't be having a problem there. Here's Enzo. Yeah, man, it's good. It's a good moment from Kai. Here's Lewis Hall. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Here's Enzo. Switch of play. Intercepted. Back into Aspie. Wonderful. Unlucky. Aspie is very high up the pitch. You're very high up the pitch, Aspie, for my liking. Here's Gallagher. Oh, there we go. Oh. There we go. Oh. Yo! Trippier. Trippier's on a madness. I can't wait. Lewis Hall, yeah, under Poch. He's only 18. He's so young. So much time. But he must be refined. He must be looked after. He must not be contaminated by the Chelsea ghost. Do you know what I'm saying? He must be kept clean and kept calm and kept composed. No more contaminizing of our talents, man. Please. Here's Kai Havertz, Azpilicueta, now Enzo, switching it. You see the football we can play? If we give it to the right players, the football we can play can be beautiful. I'm telling you. It can be beautiful. Silva. Here's Trevor. I can't believe we're 1-0 down already. It's actually so funny. It's actually mad. They must be living in another universe or another alternate reality. They can't believe that they're constantly just like losing all the time. That's poor Lewis. That's poor. That's a bad pass from Hall. Need to concentrate. Yeah. Crazy, man. I got it. We picked Gallagher because he's good looking. Oh, Jesus. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Enzo. Madueke. Come on. Nice. What we got? Unlucky. Not. So Maximum. He's going to launch it into Isak. So brilliant. Whoa! Here comes Alexander Isak. Oi! Good defending from Chalobah. Well done. Because he's a tricky customer. That wasn't easy. That was a great ball from St. Maximum as well. Unbelievable pass. Unbelievable pass. We want Carney. We want Carney. Bring Carney to me, man. Bring him out. Bring him out, man. Bring Carney on this pitch. Fulham rise. What's going on? They're beating Man United, is it they're playing? I don't even know. They're playing Man United. Yes, they're 1-0 up. Southampton have also scored. James Ward-Prowse. So that's a goal back. Loads of goals going on in at the moment. Arsenal 2-0 up, of course. We said earlier. Xhaka with both the goals on his final game at the Emirates. Final game for Arsenal. Xhaka's got 2 goals. That's crazy. Don't know why we're not seeing an update here that we're losing. But anyway. There's loads of lack of updates. But yeah, crazy, man. Here's Enzo again. Loftus-Cheek. Enzo. Lovely ball for Aspie. That's the kind of passing that I deserve. Yeah? You see the passing that Enzo gives you? That's the type of passing we deserve as a community. It's so nice to see when you see the metrics and you see the statistics of what Enzo did in the Portuguese league. Like the passing was off the scales, off the charts. And just to know that it's going to be replicated here. And the guy it's just a foregone conclusion that this guy is going to be a past master for us for the next decade because he's in a criminal contract and he's not going anywhere. Don't go anywhere. It's beautiful to know. Like, he is part of the rebuild in that midfield. You can't go wrong with a player like him. You just need to make sure you get another one in there, balance it out, and we're good. Look at all them players on the bench, man. It's a whole ass squad out there. Got Aubameyang with the shades on. Got Hakim Ziyech out there with a little flannel over his head. We've got Carney. Do you know what I mean? You've got Cucurella, the sun in his eyes. Got Reece James, Mason Mount. I've got a whole ass team out there on the bench. Jesus Christ, the amount of players we have on the bench. They can't even play. Those are just the ones that are just chilling. Let me take a look at the bench. Jesus Christ, we are a bunch of hoarders, man. We are such hoarders. It's actually mad how many players we have. Left-hand side, loads of space, set maximum now. Oh my God, he's going to twist up somebody. Shot blocked. And out for a corner. So the bench is Mendy, Fofana, Koulibaly, Carney, Kova, Mudryk, Felix, Ziyech, Pulisic. But it's kind of weird because like Ziyech is on the bench and Aubameyang's not in the squad, but Aubameyang's sitting right next to Ziyech. It's almost like the bench and the players that can't play is just mixed. Which is, I don't think it should be like that. I think if you've got a bench of players that mentally need to be mentally checked in, mentally prepared to come onto the pitch and impact the game, that group of players should be sitting separately with the players that are not in the squad. Because the players that are not in the squad are chilling. They're on their phones. They can be on Snapchat. They could be taking selfies. They could be texting their ex. They could be drinking Capri Suns for all I give a fuck. They're not involved. So the fact that is even like the fact that them are even mixing just goes to show mentality-wise, the players on the bench, some of them, they're just there just to be there. Obviously, the game is the game and the season's dead. But if that's been going on continuously, then we are such an unserious institution. It's mad because that could never run for me. Absolutely no chance could that ever run. If I'm seeing a team, the bench and the players that are not involved they're not even sitting in the same row. Like, you man need to sit a couple rows back because you're not part of the plan today. So don't be talking to the man them that are meant to be mentally checked in. Crazy. But Ziyech is on the bench. Ziyech is on the bench. He's on the bench and he could come on. You never know. But obviously the game's dead, isn't it? So teams mash up. It's mad that Lewis Hall's taking our set pieces. It's mad. Corner comes in, short. Fulham pen. Damn, they could be 2-0 up at Old Trafford. That's crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. Y'all wildin', dog. At Old Trafford, you guys are wildin'. Y'all tripping. I don't know. I haven't really noticed, to be honest. But listen, if Lewis Hall's chucking in a couple poor set pieces, you know, he'll improve. He'll get coaching. He'll improve. He'll get better. But he shouldn't really. The fact that he's even taking them is just, it's kind of just shows where we're at, man. Like, we should have set piece takers. You know what I mean? That are first teamers that are experienced. But you know, back in the day, it was Lampard taking the corners and whatnot. Now it's 18-year-olds and whatnot. It's all mad. And 18-year-olds not even part of the first team until halfway through the season. Here's Madueke. 2-0, yeah? Mud. Oh, he's missed. What's going on? I think Aston Villa are 2-0 up. Obviously, Brighton have already confirmed their Europa League place, and Aston Villa need to win to qualify for the Conference League. So, yeah, I'm not really surprised that Brighton are leaving that one off to Aston Villa. I'm not really surprised. If you look at Brighton's team as well. There's been a couple of rotations. Pascal Gross is playing left back. Don't know why. Undav is playing as a 10. And there's a new player in midfield playing next to McAllister. Shot coming in. Yay! Woo! Yeah! Come on! Yay! Woo! 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 Lovely jubbly. Woo! Scored, guys. 1-1. Sure what happened, but it's a really messy goal. They basically kicked it in for us, and we appreciate that. Sterling on the right hand side, checks back in on his left, and it's been bandulu'd. It's the biggest bandulu goal you'll ever see in your life. A big bandulu goal. Yeah, bruv, it hit Trippier's left foot and hit his right arm and then went in. So that's the goal. Trippier own goal off his right and then his hand and then yeah. So appreciate that. Appreciate that. Much appreciated. 1-1. Arsenal 3-0 up against Wolves. Saka has scored to make it 3-0. 2-2. Southampton have equalised against Liverpool at St Mary's in that game. Fulham have missed their penalty, of course, at Old Trafford. Mitrovic has missed his penalty. And those are the updates. Oh, what's going on now? These guys are having a bit of an attacking moment. They're going for another goal. Dare I say it, we may score 2 goals in a game. What's going on here? I can't wait until I'm back invested into the matches because this doesn't feel right. We're just here pissing around. man is playing a game at home to Newcastle, and it's just the biggest piss take ever. I'm just here for the vibes, and I can't wait until I'm emotionally invested. It's going to be good. Enzo, what we got? Oh, Aspie. Go on. Oh! Lord of mercy. There's nobody in the box. Madueke is so cold. We had to fight a big fight for him to get starts. It's been tough, but Lampard finally saw the light and gave him game time. So he didn't see the light with Carney until Old Trafford, and then he got exactly what, a little bit of a taster of what he could do, and then he benched him again. It's really tough with Lampard. It's like pulling teeth. You keep saying to him, give this young player a chance. Could actually, raise the roof, raise the mood a little bit. And it's like pulling teeth. It's like, no, I must have my Gallaghers, and I must have my Aspilicuetas. But what can you do? Aspie's shattered. Aspie is playing like a modern day fullback. He's really getting high up the pitch, and it's like he doesn't know that he's aging and he needs to just take it easy. Aspie, like, save your energy for when St Maximum is running at you. Asking Aspie to do shuttle bus up and down is crazy. Lovely little. It's a beautiful goal. One of the goals of the season. Unbelievable. Ganacho off the bar. Newcastle just playing out at the back. Chelsea pressing up the pitch. Hall, free kick. Free kick. Pre-season is mad. Yeah, it's 2-0 to Villa. Who's the star boy? You talking about Saka or who you talking about? Yeah, man, it's good to see Madueke attacking, and you gotta put faith in players like him. Next season, you know, for me, you gotta be making him an important player. There's no point. I've seen links to Rafinha weeks ago. Obviously, now it seems like they've died down, thank God. But can you imagine signing Rafinha and putting him ahead of the pecking order of Madueke? Like, it's the most Chelsea thing I've ever seen in my life. And it would be one of the stupidest things I've ever seen as well. Like, it would be mad. I don't want to see any of that foolishness. You got Sterling who can play right wing. You got Madueke as well. That's enough. If you want to promote one of the young wingers that we have, I think we've got that Benfica kid as well coming in the summer, then go for it. But you need to give Madueke some responsibility. He could end up playing in the position permanently, yeah, Lewis Hall. Listen, I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Defensively, he'll have to obviously improve. But again, he's only 18. Comes good coaching. I said in my last video that, to be honest, you know, I'd love Ian Matson and Lewis Hall to just be kept for the next upcoming season. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with our left back situation, because Cucurella is expensive and only just joined last summer. And that's a sticky situation. And Chilwell just signed a new contract, but is extremely injury prone. If I could cash in and recoup, you know, say 85 million for those two, you know, 80 million, and then keep the two freebies from Cobham, who for me technically could actually be better than the two I'm talking about for money. I'd do it. I'd actually do it. You know, if I could tell you next season we got Ian Matson and Lewis Hall as our left back options, and we made 85 million on Chilwell and Cucurella, 80 million, that is incredible. But it's not possible. But I would love to do that. So that is my dream scenario. But yeah, it's not possible probably. And it's no disrespect to Chilwell or Cucurella, because I've said it before. I think Cucurella's gone through a lot of personal issues behind the scenes. I think the kind of disruption with the management and the team has not helped. The positions he's playing, all these different positions as well, back three, back four, left back, left wing back. I think under a proper coach, you will see a very good level from Cucurella. And I think Chilwell as well, if he could stay fit, you've obviously seen what he can do as well. But I don't want to lose the two young players, man. I don't want to lose the two young players, because I think their ceiling's higher, and I think they're really good players, man. Really good players. But yeah, unfortunately, we're a little bit in the mud over there in that position. We'll have to pray. So all we can do is pray. But we're going to lose one of them, I think. Most likely will be Ian Matson, because his contract runs out in 2024. And he's had a taste for first team football now. So I think he could go, unfortunately. And the reason why I advocate for it, because even if those two were struggling defensively and you were like not too sure, you got Levi Colwell who could slot in over there as well. And as we've seen, he can kind of play on that left side at the Emirates and have no problem stepping up in those areas. So you've got a lot of left-footed defenders now at the club. We were at a point where we had no left-footed players really that we kind of could look to when we had Rudiger playing left side centre back. Now we got two left-footed centre backs. We got four left backs plus Barbara Arman, 5. Like, so much options, man. Too many options. You can't loan out Ian Matson unless you get him on a new contract, because his contract runs out next summer and he's not going to go out on loan with his contract expiring. He'll be able to talk to other clubs in January. So you have to get him a new contract or you have to sell him. That's the problem with Ian Matson. You can't loan him out until he gets a new contract. Will he sign a new contract? I don't know. Considering we spent 100 million on 2 left backs, probably not. Worst case. Shot blocked. Newcastle almost got in there. Madueke up to Sterling. Free kick. Everton going down as it stands. Let's take a look at the scores. Everton 0-0 against Bournemouth. Leicester City 1-0 up against West Ham. Harvey Barnes has scored. Leeds 1-0 down against Tottenham. As it stands, Leicester will survive. Everton will go down. Leeds will go down as it stands. Yeah, he can play in midfield. I know Lewis Hall is a midfielder. It all depends on the coaching and where the next manager sees him best and where they train him up to be. You know, we've seen players play one position in the academy, then move. So you never know. He might stay midfield. He might go left back. I'm not really overly bothered because left backs in the modern game, both fullback positions, they've almost become midfielders in a way. So he's going to get a lot of the ball regardless. He's not clearly a great shooter. We've seen a lot of goal scoring opportunities where he's not really taken it in the best way. So you definitely, oh my days, we're going to concede. You definitely want to keep him in kind of the first phase to second phase, no higher than that. So yeah, for me, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I'm never going to ask Lewis Hall to play as a attacking midfielder, as a 10 or one of those type of players. I think he's going to play as a kind of a secondary player in maybe a double pivot, or he'll play as a left back, or maybe in a 3, maybe. But yeah, we'll have to see. Here they come now. What's going on? Ball comes in. Oh, Sterling, left side, Sterling. He's got 2 on him. Nice little 1-2. Gallagher, Sterling again. Lewis Hall, Sterling. Back inside. Enzo. Loftus-Cheek. Here's Kai Havertz. Gallagher. He's going to take a shot. Blocked. And Newcastle are going to counter-attack. Here they come. Left side. Isak. Oh my days. Get me a striker that moves like this, man. Jesus. Can sustain attacks so much better when you have a striker like that. Your attacks don't die based on their first touch. Ball comes in, blocked. Man United have scored, have they? Man United have scored. 1-1 against Fulham. 1-1. The goal has come from... Who's it come from? Not too sure. Mitrovic, you bum people. It's Sancho. It's Sancho who scored. Goal for Brighton. I'm not seeing it so far, but my app is a bit slow. So it's a bit slow. It's running a bit slow. I saw Ant in the crowd. I was so confused, and I just remembered he's a Newcastle fan. Sancho finally scored. We gave him the confidence. Yeah, good to see Silva got it and no one else. Oh. And Dave's goal is given 2-1. Okay. A little bit of a fight back. Big up. Big up if you're just joining us. 5 minutes till half time. We've played all right. We've played all right today. In terrible start, but managed to get ourselves back into the game. Very fortunate goal, but on the balance of play, I'd say it's probably deserved. But you could definitely say that it's a dead rubber. So our Newcastle really giving it their all. Who knows? Silva. Win that. Good. Let's go. Kai Havertz out to Madueke. Come on. Coming in on that right. Shot, distance. Yeah, we got a lot of shooting practice to do with Madueke and Mudryk, because we're going to need next season goals out of these two guys. We're going to need to see goals. We're going to need to see goals, man. I'm not expecting Salah numbers, but we're going to need a good, nice little 10 goals. So yeah, these guys are going to need to. They got a lot of, like, when you watch these two, you can see, especially Madueke, like right now, you can see there's potential, but there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn. So much to learn. Because he's got to be effective as well. He's got to be very effective. We need him to become very efficient and effective. Here's Enzo. Yeah. Yeah, you'd want double digits. You'd want double digits. For me, I'll take the 10 goals and pile on some assists, because I'm hoping that the striker is kind of the centerpiece and what we're focusing on in terms of creating chances for that player. That will be a big part of what we do. Come on. Oh, for God's sake. Here we go now. Saint-Maximin versus Enzo. That's not going to go well. Saint-Maximin. Just play the pass. Almiron. Good save from Kepa. Got lucky there. Got lucky there. To be honest, JJ, I wouldn't try and make a conclusion on Lewis Hall right now. He's only 18. We have injuries at left back, so that's why he's playing there right now. Cucurella is out, Chilwell's out, so he's gonna play there because he's the only player that can. I wouldn't have any definitive decision on where he's playing long term. He could play midfield, he could play left back. Right now, he's playing left back. So remember, Bukayo Saka started off at left back, so that's a great example of what can happen at that age. You can play left back, next thing you know, right winger. So yeah, I wouldn't look for clarification right now. Just right now, it's just about his development. He's just playing. As long as he's playing, and he's not playing 100 million positions at once, that's okay with me. I don't mind a little bit of movement, because obviously you're going to learn things playing in that role, defending 1v1. That's a great thing to add to your game, regardless of where you end up playing. But I don't want him playing left wing, right wing, 10, centre mid. Like, you don't want someone getting moved around that much. Couple little movements, not a problem. Gareth Bale used to play left back, turned into a right winger for Real Madrid. So there's loads of examples of players playing one place in their teenage years and then kind of moving elsewhere. But his crossing is brilliant. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. We were so close. Sterling, so close. Lewis Hall, the crossing recently, absolutely brilliant. Brilliant crossing, this guy. That's the one thing I will say. The delivery from Lewis Hall has just been brilliant. It's been so needed, because there's no Reece James in this team as well for the last month or so. His crossing's been mad. He creates chances, man. He creates chances. This guy's crossing is really strong. So that's really good. The guy can cross. The guy can cross, man. What a cross. Puts it into the right areas. Really, really good delivery. Ball's been switched. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Gallagher. Enzo. He should have just played it straight away, man. Should have just played it. There was no need to take a touch. Good interception. Yeah. Newcastle back on possession now. Kai is Sterling. Now Lewis Hall. Not bad. Forest are getting the 40 points. Here's Enzo now. Madueke. Nice. Loftus-Cheek. It's poor passing to Sterling, man. The passing sometimes from these players is just so bad. Very cheap. You don't see the level of passing in this team is really low, man. I have to tell you, it's very low. There's only a few individuals that can actually pass the ball. I don't know if it's complacency or these men actually just are very bad passers, but for too long, there's too many players in this team where passing is just not. The passing is just too low, man. Too low. Basic passes are always misplaced in this team. Come on, Lewis Hall. Well done. Well done. Oh, he's giving it away now. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Oh, Lord. Right. Half-time. 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 1-1. Not bad. Could be worse. At least it's competitive. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, I know Liverpool as well. Your passing is bad as well. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Top teams, you know, meant to be top teams passing like this. Passing like mid-table teams. Right, let's talk. Half-time. Let's go through the half-time scores and then we'll discuss and configure what's going on here. So Premier League half-time scores. We got Arsenal 3-0 up at home to Wolves. Couple goals from Xhaka in that game and then one from Saka as well. Very comfortable day at the Emirates there. Then we also have Aston Villa 2-1 up against Brighton. Undav with the goal back after Ollie Watkins netted and Douglas Luiz. Brentford still 0-0 with Man City. 1-1 in this game. Obviously, Palace are 1-0 down at home to Nottingham Forest in that game. That's actually a goal that I think just went in recently enough, is it? Yeah, not really. Not really. 31 minutes. Everton 0, Bournemouth 0. Everton, they got 45 minutes to stay up. That is the big game of the day. It's the biggest game in the league right now. They need to score or they're going down. If Everton do not score, they are going to the Championship. So they've got 45 minutes to score. Tottenham are 1-0 up against Leeds. Leeds are finished, most likely. And Manchester United are 1-1 with Fulham. Southampton are 2-2 with Liverpool. And Leicester against West Ham. Why have I not got that one? Leicester against West Ham. That's not there for some reason. But I believe they're 1-0 up against West Ham. They are. So they're 1-0 up against West Ham. So at the moment, Leicester are safe. Aston Villa in the Conference League. And Tottenham at 8th. And that's that. Now, to discuss what's going on here, I think, well, first of all, fantastic that we're actually still in the match. That's great. Firstly, I think that deserves almost a round of applause, but I'm not going to give it. But it's the thought that counts. Really good to still be involved. Aspie on that side is a liability. That's obvious. We're getting a bit cooked out there. Left back as well. Hall defensively a couple of times has got the he's been got the better of, but also sometimes he's done all right. With Lewis Hall defensively in that position, which is new to him, it's going to be a 50-50 thing. It's going to be sometimes he does okay and he gets the ball back and he's good 1v1. Sometimes he's going to overcommit or he's going to give the ball away cheaply, as he did a couple of times, and then we're going to get cooked down that side as well. But I mean, I'm willing to accept that a little bit more because I know the circumstance and the context of what he's going to do over there defensively. We just have to legislate for it. The midfield with Enzo, Loftus-Cheek, Gallagher. Listen, I'd like to see Carney come on. If possible. Don't know when, but I'd like to see him come on. The sooner the better, because I do think he deserves to play considering what he did at Old Trafford. But we'll see if Lampard wants to bring on. Madueke's been a big threat on that side. Very good 1v1, getting past players, causing problems. We know that his end product definitely needs to improve. The shooting, a lot of coaching needs to be done there. But he's a threat. And when he does make the right decision, he's creating chances. Sterling's been a threat as well. Obviously, he was the one that caused the goal. And he could have scored again as well. So he's been a threat. And he usually is, in recent times, he had a real stinkfest of a period, by the way. Let's be real, where he was awful. But in recent games, you could say he's probably one of our biggest threats. But his finishing let him down in the last game or two. But yeah, good to see from him. And Kai Havertz is playing so deep. Kai Havertz is basically a fourth midfielder right now. I want to see his average position because he's not really a striker today. He's basically a midfielder. He's very, very deep, or he's dropping very deep to try and join it all up. I think, if you look at his average position, it's very central. His heat map, very, very central. Or at least a lot of his touches are central. So yeah, very, very, very deep. 2 key passes. He has played a couple of important passes. But even his influence, I'd like to go up a little bit. No dribble attempts, no shots from him either. But 2 key passes, one unsuccessful cross, 1 long ball completed as well, 1 aerial duel. I don't know. I think with Kai, he's one of them players that you'd want to see him in. If he's gonna play, he's one of them players. I'd assume with what we kind of purchased and the kind of what he was made out to be, was that kind of play was going to run through him, and he was kind of the main facilitator of attacks and creativity and chance creation and goals. And he's what you play through. You know, if you're not playing through him, then I think there's a question to be had about, is he really a player that you really need in your team if he's not the main man, because he's not a natural midfielder. I see some people talking about him playing as an 8. Kai Havertz playing as an 8. I mean, on the ball, off the ball, I mean, again, there's questions. I don't see him as a natural box-to-box midfielder at all. I don't see him as a box-to-box midfielder in the slightest. So for me, yeah, I don't think there's a future. Maybe definitely not in this league. Maybe in a different league, not in this league, playing that role. Enzo's the creator, not a DM. Yes, but the thing is about Enzo, which I do agree with, which Lampard has said, is he's the only player right now that, with the players that are fit, that you could probably trust in the first phase to receive the ball off the centre backs and to start the attacks or start the build up. So for me, even though I don't want to see Enzo play there, until we sign a defensive midfielder, he is going to have to play there. because who else are you going to play there? You can't play Loftus-Cheek as a DM. You can't play Carney as a DM. You cannot play Gallagher as a DM. You can't play any of these guys. Kante, Cover, none of these guys can play as a sitter. So you don't really have a choice. I do agree with that, as much as I don't like it. So it is what it is. There's nothing we can do. The only other option is Zakaria, but he's leaving, and I not really want to try and see him, to be honest. He's not staying. You don't really get anything out of giving him minutes, to be honest. So yeah, he's going. So that's not a surprise that he's not playing. Any player you're sad to see leaving? I think sad is not the right word, because a lot of the players that are leaving, I want them probably all to leave. So I'm not really sad, to be honest. I'm kind of relieved. But in terms of, appreciating their services, obviously Azpilicueta sits right at the top of that. Mason Mount, Loftus-Cheek, these guys have, in different ways, been big contributors over the last years, or they've done their utmost best to try and be big contributors. If you're talking about Loftus-Cheek, who's always kind of been a squad player since the injury. But Loftus-Cheek obviously was kind of like the first one out of the gates for Cobham since Terry, and kind of restarted the faith in the academy a little bit with Christiansen as well. So there's a lot of appreciation there. So yeah, I think more so relief, but definitely happy to kind of applaud them for their services over the years. But wholesale change is needed. So yeah. Let's see. Do you know what? When it comes to Jorginho, his contract was running out. You could keep him as a bench player, maybe, but for me, I still need the DM. I still need the defensive midfielder that has his all-round game more Premier League ready. I mean, listen, Jorginho in Europe was clear. He had some really good games, great games. Premier League, 2 hit and miss. Premier League, 2 hit and miss. There's certain situations that you just know he's going to be a liability physically. You just need an all-rounder in that position. Simple as that. Can't afford to have any limitations. Really good on the ball, brilliant in first phase, takes responsibility, takes the ball to centre backs, very aware, great scanner, all of those things. So many parts of Jorginho's game that is underappreciated or undervalued and not given the praise it should be given. But when transitions start, and when ground has to be covered, and when physical battles begin, this man is not ready for the fight, because he just doesn't have the facilities. But he's his tackles and interceptions always stack up quite well, because he's good at reading the game, and he can handle himself in close quarters. But if the game stretches out a little bit too much, then it's a long day. So yeah, for me, again, but there's a lot of intangibles that he brings that a lot of people didn't really rate as well. But again, like I said, there's a lot of things that he doesn't have as well. Yeah, I've spoken about Ugarte quite a bit in the last midfielder video a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, yesterday as well, PSG coming in for him. Apparently, he prefers a Premier League move. We've obviously got a lot of links with George Mendes, because Todd Bowe was kind of talking to him a lot last summer and trying to build up rapport and whatever. So maybe he's got some favoritism there. Maybe he's got a little bit of a head start. I don't know. But yeah, I think Ugarte is, listen, he's a player that will have to improve. Ugarte is not the perfect defensive midfielder. There's been some questions about, his role in build-up play. Is he a high volume passer in build-up? Probably not. There's little things here and there, but these are things that will need to be coached, and hopefully can be coached. I'm sure they can be under the right manager. I'm not expecting Ugarte to come in here and be the perfect player immediately, but I think there's foundations there that we can work from. And obviously he's only 22, and he's an option for a reason. I think 52 million in this day and age is probably a decent price. Unfortunately, the inflation's gone up to a point where 52 million now is good business. If you believe in the player, it's good business. Because the other targets are 80 million, 90. Caicedo, Rice, all these guys are minimum 75, 80, 85. So, but yeah. Yeah, he's a destroyer. He's definitely a destroyer of a DM. Now, it depends how Poch wants to build out from the back. You know, maybe he'll use the fullbacks a lot and not go through the centre too much, or maybe he'll ask his midfielders to drop in, like an Enzo in first phase and help out Agate, which I'd assume he will. But whatever it is, you still want him to improve in that aspect, regardless, because he is going to have to receive the ball. You can't just completely avoid him. But Lavia, on the other hand, very young, but first phase, this guy is very good on the ball. Very, very good on the ball. He's obviously come through the City Academy as well, so they're going to automatically train you in that regard and make you a high volume passer. So he does look like a player that could start that play, but very young, very, very young. Where is he? 19, I think. So yeah, to say that he's your first choice all season is it's intriguing. It would be definitely a bit of a risk to put that kind of responsibility on him, but I wouldn't be angry because I can see the vision. But it's a little bit of a big jump as well. Let's see. All right. All you want to see is a striker to partner with Nkuku. All right. What did we say? Did we run a poll? Yes, we did. Let's close it. Can Chelsea give us head loss? 74% of you said yes. I guess you could say it did happen at one moment in that first half where, again, the passing was just absolutely diabolical. And the way that we conceded that goal was just comical again. It's what we do. But it's almost over, guys. That's all I have to say. It's almost over. So just hang in there, man. We've got 45 minutes left of the season. The worst season ever that I've ever seen in my lifetime from this team. And many of you will have ever seen in your lifetime. And even people that are older than me, like 30s and even touching 40, they'll say that this is the worst team they've seen in their lifetime. Only when you're going into your 50s, maybe, will you start to say, no, there's worse. But we're almost out. We're almost out. So just hang in there. 45 minutes left of this team. And hopefully, as soon as the game finishes, those couple of individuals that are definitely going to get their round of applause. Not for this season, but we're talking on a general perspective. I'd hate to forget, you know, what Thabz.Welcome has done for this club based on the way he leaves. It's not really fair. But after that, yard sale. Every single day, I will take great joy and pleasure out of coming to you with a breaking news stream. This player's leaving on a 3-year deal to sign for this team, and we're coming in with this much money for that. Oh, I'd love it. And I think I deserve it. Every day I'll be there no matter what. If there's exits every day, I will be there every day because I will be there to punch thin air and celebrate the exits. I'm telling you, I just need so many sales, man. So many sales. But we'll see. We'll see if this club can get themselves together. Let's get the timer going for the second half. There's no substitutions from what I can see. Still can't believe we let Anthony Gordon score a goal. But this is what we are. Of all players as well. Nobody, well, not nobody, but many don't rate this guy for the price that Newcastle paid. Oh, there is a sub. It looks like Fofana's going to come on. Is it Thabz.Welcome coming off, or what are we doing here? Or is it Chalobah? Could be Chalobah as well. He did get cooked a couple of times. Fofana's coming on. No idea who for. It is going to be... Could even be Thiago Silva, to be honest. It's Chalobah. It's Chalobah. Chalobah's coming off for Thiago Silva. Sorry, Chalobah's coming off for Fofana. So Fofana's going to play next to Thiago Silva in the second half. Interesting situation. And we've kicked off. It's a bit quick. All right, there you are. Dave stays on. I don't know if Chalobah's picked up a knock or I don't know what's going on. Half-time sub's a bit strange, but anyway. It is what it is. Thoughts on Dortmund? Yeah, we watched it yesterday, bro. Kingsley, we watched it yesterday. Dortmund absolutely bottling the league title. Crazy. Like, even when they went 1-0 down, I said, okay, maybe it's just nerves. They need to settle themselves. I didn't expect Mainz to be so full throttle the whole game. They were just relentless, and they could have easily scored a third and made it 3-1 in that second half a lot of times. So it's not like Dortmund were coming up against a lazy, sleepy team that didn't care. They came up against a Mainz team that were there to be the villains of the day. But Dortmund, they bottled it proper because the goals they conceded were a joke. Some of the worst defending I've seen for the first 2 goals. Missed a penalty from Haller. So yeah, they did it to themselves, man. And then couldn't even bring Bellingham on. So I don't know what happened there with the injury, but Raya did come on and make an impact. But yeah, they don't deserve it. I don't feel sorry for them, to be honest. As much as I wanted them to maybe break the dominance, not really feeling sorry for them the way they defended. Looks like Tottenham have scored again against Leeds. So Leeds are now going down. Leeds are going down, man. 2-0 down to Tottenham. They're not coming back from that, most likely. So we've had a corner to defend. Thiago Silva's headed that away. He's headed it away. So it's now between Leicester and Everton. Who's going to go down? I'm not really bothered, I can't lie. I don't mind who goes down. Like, I look at all 3 of those teams and none of them really deserve to be in the Prem after the seasons they've had. I'm not really bothered about who goes down, to be honest. I don't have any favoritism either way. I probably would have preferred Southampton to stay up over all 3 of them, to be honest. Ball comes into the box, cleared away. Here's Madueke, clears. Yeah, in terms of favoritism, I probably would have sent all 3 of them down and kept up Southampton. Don't know why, but Everton need 2 goals. Why do they need 2 goals? Is goal difference coming into this? I don't think goal difference comes into this. Unless they're... Oh, sorry. Are they 1-0 down? No, they're still 0-0 with Bournemouth, no? Are they not 0-0? But Lavia on a discount, yeah. If we actually get him. If not, then it doesn't matter. Ball in behind. Here's Said Maximum. Switches to play. Lewis Hall headers away. Newcastle win the rebound. And now Gallagher. Enzo out to Madueke. Madueke into Kai Havertz. Really good play out to Sterling. Sterling. Loftus-Cheek. Enzo. Aspilicueta. Now Madueke into Kai Havertz. Madueke swinging it in. Headed away again. Sterling. Clipped into the box. Overhit. Madueke again. Aspilicueta. Here's Kai. Fofana. All right. Keep pressing them. Come on. Keep pressing them. Keep pressing them. Keep pressing them. Ah, cheap. Goal for Arsenal. 4-0 up against Wolves. Yeah, I mean, listen. Just because Mudryk was more expensive doesn't mean he's going to be better than Madueke. I'll have to see. I have not made that assumption, I'll tell you that. I don't care how much hype was around Mudryk. As far as I'm concerned, I'm only seeing them both properly for the first time in a Chelsea shirt, week in, week out. So it's anybody's game. Not falling for no hype. We will see. Here's Madueke into Gallagher. Only thing I'll say about Madueke is he was cheaper and he wasn't twerking for Arsenal. So here's Madueke. Sterling, Lewis Hall, Loftus-Cheek, Lewis Hall. You got unlucky. 51 minutes gone. Not a bad start to the second half for us, to be honest. Keeping them in their half, keeping the ball. Actually looking like a team. Don't want to jinx it. Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, pop it back to him. Sterling. We are stringing passes together. This is insane. This is fascinating. This team are passing to one another. And they're not passing it around like they hate each other as well. There might even be some genuine care in the way they're passing the football. It's almost like they actually want to play football now. Enzo. Aspie. Who's going to fuck this up? I want to see. Who's going to mess up this wonderful moment of possession that we have? Who's going to ruin this? Because I've enjoyed this. This has been nice. Madueke. This is nice. Wow. Look at us go, eh? Look at us kicking the ball to each other. Ball in. Oh, unlucky. Unbelievable. This might be some of the best football we've played all season. At least definitely this calendar year. This little 5-minute spell here, this is something quite incredible. I ain't never seen this shit before. Ah, it's ruined. That right there, unbelievable. That was some of the best football I've seen this year. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Must have had a good 15 passes there. Crazy. Man United 2-1 up. Bruno's scored, I think. Yeah. Here's Loftus-Cheek. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Smash up the likes. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, if you're new. Everybody and their bollocks is streaming at the moment. You could not count it. Final day of the season. So many clubs in action. Every club in action. It's a shame there's not more drama today, I must say. It is a shame that there's not more drama, but what can you do? To be fair, we do get drama most years. So a year off isn't the worst thing in the world. Madueke's shooting really, really needs coaching. That's the only thing I'll say about him. His shooting is it's not there. And if you're going to be a left-footed right winger, you have to be able to shoot. I'm not expecting Iron Robin, but I do need minimum Bukayo Saka. I need minimum Saka. I need shooting. So next season, I'm really looking forward to how Poch kind of develops him and hopefully gets him shooting. Got to give us those whippies. Silver's gone down. I don't know if that's a face. I think it's a face. I don't know if that's a serious head injury or what's going on. I think it might be. Maybe his jaw. He's getting up now. I think he's fine. Don't know. Has he been shoulder checked by Gordon? Gordon's a little nasty fucker, isn't he? A little nasty. Anyway. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Everybody needs to learn how to shoot. Just him and Mudryk in particular. For the positions they play, obviously, really do need their shooting to be better next season. Everton have scored against Bournemouth. It's a big goal, I think, and it's gone in at Goodison. And if that is the case, they are staying up. Do you know what? That's a good thing. If you're talking about players, purchasing players from relegated teams, there's a lot more players to take from Leicester than there is from Everton. I can't think of a single player at Everton that I would want. At Leicester, you can make a case for Maddison. I don't think I'd even go for him just purely because he's so injury prone. But if there wasn't much out there and you were struggling and you needed definite Premier League quality, then Maddison would be a very good pickup. It's just that he gets injured quite a lot. But there's players at Leicester you take just for other Premier League teams as well, not really specifically to us. Everton, not really many. Maybe a couple of the centre-backs. That's about it. But Everton have scored. So, no, it's not about goal difference. It's not about goal difference. If Everton win, Everton stay up. They are a couple of points clear of Leicester. They don't need goal difference, Everton. All Everton need to do is win. And that's it. Everton win, then Leicester go down and Leeds go down. Very simple. Nothing to do about goal difference. I would never take Tielemans, no. I am very known for not really rating Tielemans that highly. Even on a free, I wouldn't take him. Waste of a signing. Waste of a position in the squad. I'm not a big Tielemans fan. Not a big Tielemans fan at all. Be a good player for maybe like a West Ham. Not for my team. Not for where I'm trying to go. West Ham can get him to replace Souček or something. Gabriel Jesus scored for Arsenal. Indeed, absolutely not. No way. No chance. I'm not watching him in a possession-based side. He ain't doing that. He's fallen off massively. Is Carney coming on? Oh, he is. Substitutions. Oh, Felix as well. Wonderful. This is fantastic. Who's coming off? Kai. Kai's coming off for Felix. And Loftus-Cheek's coming off for Carney. All right, then. So that's Loftus-Cheek's last moment for Chelsea, I assume. He's not really doing the whole waving thing. So, I don't know. But he is doing his hugs and he is doing his clapping of the fans. And he is waving. Maybe. Yeah. You can see it in his eyes. Maybe. That is Loftus-Cheek. Yeah, he's waving. That's Loftus-Cheek's last appearance, I think, for Chelsea. Really, really good. Really, really good Cobham graduate right there. Unfortunate what happened, man. Could have been different. But it's time for your fresh blood. It's time for young blood. Do you know what I'm saying? It's time for the fresh blood. You need to make space. Yeah, I'd say that's that. Yes, that's that for him. It's a shame, man. I like Loftus-Cheek. But I'm also a bit ruthless, and he does need to be sold. Here's Silva. I'm feeling very ruthless. Here's Lewis Hall. Oh shit. Here's Almiron. First time really seeing him do dangerous things today. Puts it back out wide to Trippier. Ball into the box. Sorry, not Trippier. I think it's Anderson. Caught by Kepa. Leicester are 2-0 up. Listen, Leicester said if you're gonna stay up, you're gonna have to win because we are not playing around. Yeah, I'd probably take Ruben over Gallagher as well. If you're picking between the two, who's gonna stay? But ideally, I'd say probably just to get rid of both now and to focus on the other players that are coming through. Here is Gallagher. But yeah, no, I agree. You know, if I'm top of my list to sell in midfield, I'd say outside of the Kantes and the Covers, who are in a different conversation because they're more experienced and whatever. In terms of those guys, yeah, Gallagher first, and then you're talking about Mount and Ruben, whatever's going on. But yeah, but listen, I think it will be all of them. Southampton 4-2 up against Liverpool. What the holy smokes! But you know, Southampton, they've taken points off Arsenal in both games. They've knocked out Man City out of the Carabao Cup to stop them doing the quadruple, and they beat us at the Bridge and they beat us at home. Like Southampton, Southampton have actually been in moments. They've shown what they can do. They've shown what they can do. That's why I'd say that I would have probably kept them and relegate the other three. But yeah, man, listen, they didn't get the points. Here's Sterling. Nice. Felix. No. Cool. Trossard 2 assists so far. Yep. They drew with Arsenal both games. Took 4 points off Arsenal. In terms of, you know, they gained 2 but took 4 from Sterling. Good catch. Leicester need Everton to concede. They need Bournemouth to score. Bournemouth are currently on 39 points and obviously safe, so you're asking the wrong man. You're asking the wrong team. The only team that Lampard has won against in his 11 matches is Bournemouth. So you're asking the wrong team right now to help you if you're Leicester. They did play Everton at home a couple of weeks ago at the King Power. They needed to win that game. They could have taken 2 points off of Everton. They could have taken a point off of Everton there and given themselves an extra 2, and then they wouldn't be in this position. If Leicester had beaten Everton at home instead of drawing 2-2 at the King Power a couple of weeks ago on the Monday, they would have been on 36 points right now, and Everton would be on 35. And Leicester would be safe. And that's the game where Leicester relegated themselves by not beating Everton at home. If that's what happens. That is what they did to themselves there. Crystal Palace have equalised against Forest. Maddison missed a pen that game. I didn't actually watch the game. But I knew when I saw that score that it was not a good score for Leicester. It's not a good score for Leicester at all. Got to win games like that, man. Got to win games like that. Especially when you're playing your own relegation scrappers. It's like getting 6 points instead of 3 because you're compounding their misery, potentially denting their confidence further, and you're elevating yourselves. It's way more important than beating a big team at that point. It's such a big. That's why they call it a 6-point clash or whatever they call it, a 6-pointer, because beating the ones around you is just gives you an extra little edge. Here's Gallagher. Ball comes in over. Here's Lewis Hall. Nope. Not the right decision from Lewis Hall. Temptation, that one. Opened up nicely, but it is on his weaker foot. Still no goals in the City game. Match of the day is going to be fun today. Going to watch it. Going to definitely watch Match of the Day. Last one of the season. I may as well see what the goals are saying. I'll probably just watch them all on YouTube, actually. It's a lot faster. Yeah, I'm not listening to any commentary. I don't know what he's saying. (65) 25 minutes left of the season. probably get another game up. I don't know why I don't have that. I'm only watching the one game, but I could have got another game up just to keep an eye on what's going on. See what's going on at Goodison Park. Oh, it's Leicester West Ham they're covering here. I kind of want to see what Everton are doing because they're the ones that are in control. They're the ones that are in control. Nah, there's not a Juve AC Milan watch-along going on. Don't know what time that's at, but I'm done with the Italian league this season. That's me done. I'm only here for the finals now. No, 7:45. I don't really do games when there's Chelsea as well anymore because it's too stressed. But also, I think there's 36 games played there, so they got. When does that league end? What? So it's not. It's the last game of the weekend. So that ends next week. Yeah, it's top 4 fight. They were deducted 10 points, right? They were initially deducted 15, then they were given back the 15, and then they were deducted 10. I don't know really what's going on in that league. I can't lie. I have absolutely no idea what's going on in that league. It's a mess. Absolute mess. So is next weekend the final round of Serie A fixtures? Is that the final round of fixtures? Here's Aspie. No, AC Milan are actually awful sometimes to watch. I've watched them quite a bit this season. They are not a fun watch, man. They need Loftus-Cheek in that team, I can't lie. I need to see more from AC next season. They've been horrendous. Sterling with a big chance, ballooned over the bar. Gakpo goal for Liverpool, 4-3, is it? Goal for Tottenham, is it 3-1? Jesus, the goals are banging in, man. The goals are banging in elsewhere. Take a look. So Liverpool got a goal back with Gakpo, yeah. 4-3 to Southampton. Tottenham still says 2-1 for me, but it is saying 3-1 for you guys. So that's game over. Harry Kane. Everton. So it is between Leicester and Everton. Simple. Leeds are finished. Leeds are finished. What a goal. Yeah, 30 goals. 30 goals for Harry Kane. Good for him. What a player. Conor Gallagher comes off. Liverpool have equalised. I don't know what is going on over there. It looks like Liverpool have equalised according to the chat. What a game. And it is Cover coming on for his final Chelsea appearance as well. No doubts about that. He'll be leaving, I am sure, with his contract running out as well. Jota scored. Yeah, what a player. Harry Kane, 30 goals. Not far off the record. People didn't really speak about him in terms of the record, but he wasn't far off. Could have broke Salah's record if he'd found himself 3 more goals. He was not far off the record. Imagine 2 players breaking the record in one season. Would have been mad. Would have been mad. Yeah, Cover's definitely leaving. No doubts. I don't even talk about Cover anymore. Staying because he's definitely leaving. It's one of the I don't even think Poch's even too bothered on Cover, to be honest, from what I see. He's definitely leaving. His contract runs out in 2024. He's not getting a new contract. So they were gonna want a bit of money for him. He wants to go, so he's gonna leave. Not a problem. He's very injury prone anyway, so I'm not really bothered anymore. I'm not really bothered. Here's Felix. Oh, the way that he nutmegged my man, so close. If he had maybe just got the shot off a bit crisper and it wasn't deflected, could have been a madness from Felix. But he does love a cheeky nutmeg. Yeah, not bad. Unlucky. .71 minutes gone. All the best. 71 minutes. Come on. Here's Felix. Into Lewis. Cover. Felix chased that down. Oh, unlucky. Cover. Play it into Enzo. It's too late. Nice. Oh, cover. Pass so overhit. Overhit. Very, very overhit. If you want me to be honest on Felix, like I said, I've always liked Felix as a player, and his development and his trajectory has not gone the way I thought when I saw him at Benfica, which is when I really was like, yo, Felix is going to be unreal, because him at Benfica was just another thing. It was fantastic to see. Europa League, he was killing it. Number 79 shirt, won't forget it. But I think I'll always say this, he's not a priority. So as much as I would love Felix to make it at Chelsea and be the Felix I thought he would be, he's not a priority for us in the summer. So it's either a loan or you kind of just have to play the long game, I think. If you get everything else sorted and then you have space and Poch wants him and there's an actual like a need for him and you're not just getting him to get him, you just play the long game and you just wait until Atletico start to crumble. If they really don't want to keep him, then they'll take a loan, and they'll take a loan without charging us stupid money. Or they can just, you can just make them kind of go all the way to the end of the window, because he's not one of them players that you need to get done early. I don't think you need to wrap up Felix as an early deal. Like you get your priority position sorted, get your main pieces of your team done, do your sales, and if Felix comes on loan on deadline day, I don't really mind. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. But you can't be getting mugged off by Atletico. Cannot be getting mugged off by Atletico. I can't lie. This super chat's crazy. Man's asking me about Zendaya. Promising. I mean, yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I think yeah. I don't even know what to say. Spider-Man's coming out soon, isn't it? I think that's Spider-Man's chick, bro. I can't lie. I think that's Spider-Man's gal. Can't compete with a superhero. Man's got webs shooting out of his hands. I don't think you can compete with that. Man's speaking about Zendaya like she's come out of the academy and she's a promising talent. She's got potential and whatnot. Kind of. Man's talking about Zendaya like she's playing in the under-20 World Cup right now. Zendaya at left wing, who says no? Crazy. That's what I'm hearing. Man's asking, should we loan out Zendaya to one of the teams in the multi-club model, or should we keep her around the first team? That's what he's asking me right now. Mad. She's got the height to play DM, to be fair. She does have, like, if we've been suffering on aerial duels and we need someone in midfield to just balance out Enzo a little bit. Zendaya does have a presence. Can she be the spine of the team? I don't know. It's a tough one. Ball comes in. Oh, it's fallen all the way to Madueke. Oh, the first touch. Corner. Crazy question. "15 minutes of our season left. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Leicester 2-1, goal for West Ham. Sterling missed another great chance. Madueke, Carney, Sterling, wide of the post. Some people are claiming handball. I don't know what's going on. Sterling does miss a lot of chances, doesn't he? Which we already knew, to be honest. But yeah, he does miss a lot of chances. Do you know what? That's a penalty. Struck his arm. Struck his arm. It's a penalty. It is a penalty. Whether, yeah, that's got to be a penalty for me. He's probably not going to give it, is he? You're saying that his arms were beside him? Did hit his arm, but it would be harsh. But I don't know. I'm just trying to take what I'll take what I can get, man. Give me the penalty. Give me the pen, man. Enzo, ball in. And Trippier should have been sent off for handball in it as well. Into the net. It hit his arm. It did hit his arm. So listen, I'm feeling that's a penalty for me personally, but Lewis Hall, what a pass, unlucky. Offside. It hit his arm. It hit his arm. Some people are saying it's a natural position, and I'm not massively disagreeing with you because I don't think he's stuck his arm out, but it's hit his arm and it's stopped it from going towards goal. So, and his arm, I don't know, his arm wasn't completely tucked in, but I don't know. It's a rough one. I'd like a penalty for that. Cleared. Ten minutes to go. Almiron, Wilson, shot coming in over the bar. It's hit the bar for Newcastle. It's hit the crossbar from Millie. Very close to conceding there. They worked it well, I think, into Wilson, is it? And then off the bar, clipped. Fortunate, very fortunate there. Could have conceded. Ten minutes to go. I will be sticking around at full time for a little bit just to see actually the way that the full-time proceedings kind of end up. I want to see who's saying goodbye. Little waves here and there might give a little indication of who's leaving the club. At full time, we'll see. 10 minutes to go, though. $81 minutes gone. Nine minutes gone. It's 9 minutes to go, sorry. Lewis Hall. Aspie now. 1-0 to Brentford against Man City. Potentially to do the double over them. They beat them at the Etihad 3-1. Who scored the goal? Is it... That's mad. I didn't get to see the team that City put out for that match. Eight minutes to go. Offside. Just hurry up and end the season, please. We're almost there. We're almost there. Final whistle when it's going to be a beautiful moment. It's going to be a beautiful moment when the final whistle goes. Brentford, who got their goal? It was... Who scored? They could have made Europe. It was Pinnock. Pinnock who scored. Thank you. Someone said Tony, and I was like, no. Enzo. Great pass to Madueke. Enzo's passing is just, it's the only thing that keeps me alive right now. Enzo's passing, man. It's the only thing that keeps me alive. The guy's got pinpoint accuracy in his passing. Pinpoint accuracy. Here's Madueke across the box. Oh, Jesus. Nah, I don't think City will regret the Brentford game and the Brighton game. Listen, they've had a long season. They took a bit of a break. A few little drinky drinks. I think they'll get themselves right back up for the final against United. It's not like they're playing some incredible Man United team. It's a Man United team that Man City probably don't even have to be at their best to beat, if I'm being completely honest. So, yeah, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be fine. Imagine now if they had played their strong teams in these two games and picked up injuries to key players, that would have been a lot more of a problem. That's another way it can go. So then people will be saying, why did you play your strongest team in dead games when you got finals coming up? So you can't really win. I think they'll be fine. It's not going to change anything for them too much. Oh, Jesus Christ. Unlucky. Side netting by Felix. I'm looking forward to watching some of these players next season, though. Under a better manager, an actual manager, with serious coaching, serious training, serious mode. I think we'll enjoy. Here's Sterling. Lewis Hall. Cover. Aspie. Madueke. Silva to Cover. Felix. Sterling. We're such a nearly team when it comes to the final third. 5 minutes to go. Feels like a very slow second half. Kai and Gallagher didn't wave goodbye, just saying. Well, to be honest, like Kai's future is not like clear, to be honest. He could still end up staying. It's just that a lot of people want him to go, but there's no guarantee that he does go. And Gallagher's the same. Gallagher, again, a lot of people want him to go, but it's not clear. I think Loftus-Cheek is clear. I don't think Gallagher's clear. So they could easily end up staying. I just want the game to end so I can do my final review and walk off into the sunset. I've made it. We've all made it. Ziyech is definitely leaving, without doubt. I could put my savings on it, honestly. This man is leaving. Ziyech is gone. Madueke comes off, and I'm guessing on comes Ziyech. No, Pulisic. Okay, something different. Another player that's probably leaving. Well, he better be leaving because, again, too injury prone. Pulisic comes on. World Cup coming up. Couple of years' time. Doesn't need to be chilling on Chelsea's roster. Needs to be playing week in, week out if he's going to lead that US team to anything serious. Isak comes off as well for Newcastle. Change from Eddie Howe. On comes Lewis. Jamal Lewis, I think. Sorry, not Jamal Lewis. Murphy. Don't know why I thought of Jamal Lewis. Yeah, he's leaving, man. 100%. Of course. Why would he be here? Absolutely no reason for him to be here next year. He almost left in January on loan to PSG. He's gone. Aubameyang gone as well. These are foregone conclusions. Very soon, very soon. Next week, start of next week will be recaps on the season, recaps on weekly shows, obviously recaps, and then yeah, transfers will go pretty soon after that. Still got to do the striker video, goalkeeper video. They'll come next week. We'll do season kind of videos as well, and then we're just going to go straight into transfers, man. As soon as the transfer window opens in a couple of weeks, so it's not long. I think it's 2 weeks. It's not far, but there'll be news before that. So a couple of minutes. Yep, that'll be there Monday. That'll be there. Cleared away. Aspie up, headed away again. Here's Cover. I'm probably going to do a little quiz for Battle of the North as well. Test their knowledge on their clubs. Do a little game. I think for the summer, I'm thinking game shows. I'm thinking good quizzes. I'm thinking some game shows for that. That'll be fun. Give it a different flavor. Yeah, all you can eat Chelsea will be there. All you can eat Chelsea will be there. He'll be there. We will be there. Felix, you're offside. Oh wait, no, you're not. You're all right. Sterling. Pulisic straight at the keeper. Here's Felix again. Felix blocked. If they told me 10 minutes of injury time, I swear, there's no reason for that. 3 minutes. Let's see. Premier League. Everton 1-0 up against Bournemouth. It looks like they're going to stay up. They just need to make it through the last couple of minutes, and Leicester will be relegated along with Leeds. Aston Villa, Conference League, a couple of minutes, and then they'll be confirmed. They cannot concede, though, because Tottenham are right behind them. 1 point behind. If Aston Villa drop points, Tottenham will be in the Conference League as it stands. So, free kick now. Are we going to end the season on a high with a win, with a nice goal? Felix from the free kick. It would be beautiful if he could smash it into the top corner. Be a lovely way to end a disastrous season. I'd love for it to go slapping into the top corner, you know. So nice. It's a nice angle, nice position. Maybe we should sign James Ward-Prowse for moments like this. Felix, over and wide. Over and wide. Why are Bournemouth terrifying Everton? Let them be. I like a bit of integrity, I can't lie, in the Premier League. And yesterday we saw it with Mainz. I love a little bit of integrity. Let them sweat. That's what they deserve after a stinky season. They don't deserve to ride off into the sunset. Let them sweat, man. Let them sweat. They don't deserve to relax. Oh, we're almost there. It's been a long season. I've aged about 10 years. The frown lines have appeared on my forehead. I've had to go on to a skincare routine, a very complicated one as well, because of this fucking club. But I'm almost there. Oh, dearie me. They tried to kill me this year. They really did. I don't even mind. Just end the game, brother. I know we're not going to score a winner. Felix over the bar with the header. This is what we do. Full time? We done? Yes. We've made it. We made it. The season is done. Oh, I'd take my top off, but I haven't gone to the gym in weeks. But yes. It's done. The last Chelsea watch-along of the season. We don't see these bastards until August. Come on. I got 2 whole months without them. Couple pre-season games, but it's all good. Oh, my God. I'm so happy, man. I'm so happy. Get out the confetti, man. Oh, my days. Oh, we finally made it, man. We finally made it. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. It's just relief, guys. That's all it is relief. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. We made it. We made it. Brilliant. That's me done. I'm logging off. This is for Enzo Fernandez. I'm playing music that you recognize. Enzo Fernandez gets his music. Latina music. Villa in the Conference League. Oh my God. I'm telling you guys, we have suffered. We have suffered. We have suffered. Let me see if I can find these lights. We have absolutely suffered, man. I feel so tired. This team, they tried to kill us. But we made it. We actually made it. Oh, goddamn. I feel like we've completed the game. We lived. Oh, God. Oh. 3 minutes left in the Everton match. That's their business. It's their problem. That is their problem. Oh, God. We live, man. We live to see another season. Premier League safety. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh. Yep, it was awful. It was awful, but we made it. No. No, I will not. Is there a major tournament on? I don't think so. So we will not be there. I don't do international. I do not suffer. I do not suffer. International games are not for me at all. Just announce Poch and yeah, keep it moving. I don't know if they're going to show the players or who's waving and who's leaving and all that. They're probably not going to show me that because I haven't got the Super Sport. I'm not about that life. So it is what it is. They gave us the game. It's good enough. We move. Nah, I need a break. I can't be covering Women's World Cup. I need a break, bruv. I've done enough streaming, enough watch-alongs this year. I'm not a robot, bruv. All right, brothers. That's it. That's it. We need to be refreshed for next season because it all starts again in August. But we got a couple finals to get through. Conference League final, Champions League final, Europa League final, FA Cup final, and Under-20s World Cup, and that's it. And then it's just news. That's it. Transfer news, and that's it. So yeah, until then, big up your damn selves. In a bit, people. Peace. Perfect.